Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to my Starship flight around the world in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. And, oh, yes, that's 2024. The year is 2025, I got briefly confused there. But anyway, we are flying from Kansas City over to the shuttle landing facility to complete the flight. And yes, you need to tell me, where was it in Arkansas again? Welcome, Bowling. Where was it? Gosh, they really need to show the borders a little bit. Well, there's Bentonville, Little Rock's down here. Where are we going to? Benton? I know a Bentonville is the... And what do you mean you think? You better tell me exactly where I'm going. Is it Rogers? Where are we? Okay, well, which airport? Or do you want the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art? Apparently they have at Bentonville. You mean Little Rock. Make up your mind. These are not the same thing. Okay. Little Rock's hard to find on this sometimes. Bentonville. Huntsville. Little Rock has to be close to Bentonville. Maybe there's more than one Huntsville. Okay, hold on. Oh, there's Little Rock. Yeah, I guess there's a Huntsville in Arkansas as well. Okay. Any particular airport here? There is a Little Rock Central High School National Historical Site. I guess K-Lit Adams would be the way to go. So that ends up being our course. Alright. Yeah. Well, we'll throw in the... so that we go through here, we'll throw in Central High School as well. Okay. Since that's the only thing there. Anything else I should just toss in? Springfield, if we wanted to meet the Simpsons. I mean, I don't know if that's the Springfield or not. Okay. Well, we better go now. Otherwise, it's definitely gonna be nighttime by the time we get over there. Let me start a little bit earlier then. I want to be able to see things. But the weather should still be fine. Okay. And we'll be listening to the last bit of the Apollo 13 audio. We'll start a little bit earlier than I ought to so that we can catch some important bits, and I'll have the PAO brief us on what's been happening. So we're picking up with a PAO update. That's the Public Affairs Officer.
This is Apollo Control at 129 hours and 43 minutes. Recounting events since the change of shift about 3 hours ago. We completed passing up to the crew checklists for both the command and service module and the lunar module. Entry checklists.
Well, I was waiting for me to stream too.
Had the crew switch over from the descent water tanks, which were down to about 5%, to the LEM ascent stage water tank. For cooling, we instructed the crew that they could drink all they wanted from the descent tank. At about 127 hours, 59 minutes, the battery charging was terminated. This had been accomplished using power from the LEM batteries and using that to charge the command module entry batteries, 2 of the 3 CM entry batteries. At the present time, Fred Hayes is on watch. Jim Lovell and Jack Swigert are scheduled for about 5 hours of rest. We're also...
Well, I guess we might as well pack all the fuel.
A minimum of calls to the spacecraft to allow
We have one failure, and that's the taxi light. I guess we should repair it.
And the retro
Shouldn't be taking off with that method.
Entry interface angle will be minus 6.03 degrees without a mid-course correction. We're presently planning for a mid-course correction.
So roughly 3 hours. 1 hour to Little Rock, and then 2 hours further.
And as it looks right now, this mid-course correction would be quite small to put us on the desired flight path angle of about 6.5
Okay.
degrees, negative 6.5
I think we
degrees.
can go. Oh, or I should turn on some
Entry
lights.
interface angle. To accomplish this, it looks as if we would have about a 2.8 second, or 2.8 foot per second burn with the lunar module reaction control system.
Louis Vuitton plane bag? There's a plane bag? I didn't even know there was a Cessna 192. Are you sure there's a Cessna 192?
Course of the evening,
Never heard of that one.
both Dick Slayton and Tom Stafford have been standing by the Capcom console, occasionally interjecting a comment.
Heard of many
At one
Cessnas.
point, while Fred Hayes was receiving the
Well, you'll have to put up with one ad, but there shouldn't be more than one per half an hour. I'm trying to strangle YouTube into this. If you tell me there's more than one in half an hour, either you or YouTube is lying.
Into getting a bit of rest. Ken
Okay, I don't
Mattingly's
need
also
those.
been in a good part of the evening. We don't see him at the console at this time. Our capsule communicator up until just a few minutes ago was astronaut Vance Brand, and he has since turned over those duties to astronaut Jack
Okay,
Lowell.
well, before it does weird things, I'm going to
At 129 hours 46 minutes,
let the
Apollo
autopilot
13
handle
is
it.
87,684 nautical miles. Correction, 74,900 nautical miles from the Earth, and traveling at a speed of 6,999 feet per second.
Well, it should be 30
All of the
minutes.
consumables aboard the
That's what I set it to.
remain in good shape at this time. We've had Fred Hayes remove the LEM power amplifier and in effect reduce the effective power output, radio frequency power output from the LEM from about 20 watts to about 1 watt, which is the normal powered down configuration we've been in with the LEM for communications. We expect this will, as it has in the past, give us periods of noisy communications as the LEM antennas rotate.
Okay, well, I want to see Kansas City, actually. We didn't actually fly above it.
Ratio drops off and get a high noise level. And this will persist until the spacecraft rotates.
I think that should just be in the direction of our natural flight path anyway.
At 129 hours, 47 minutes, this is Apollo Control, Houston.
Okay, so that's the update. But they're not communicating much at this point. I'm gonna skip to where they are communicating.
This is Apollo Control at 132 hours, 29 minutes. Fred, are you sleeping?
Up a little bit fast.
Fred, in a couple minutes we're going to hand over to Honeysuckle, so there'll be our uplink will be terminated. We'll contact you when we get it back.
Whatever, just do it in Juno. Don't sully Kerbal with those things.
After that, I got a couple minutes of work for you.
Well, it's a little bit turbulent down here.
Look way left of it, hand over.
Like weekend trouble.
Yeah,
Not a
yeah, I'll
particularly
stay out.
prominent highway beside us right there.
Okay, we want to get some ranging data on you for about 15 minutes. So, close the power amplifier, circuit breaker, and go to normal voice.
I'm going to try and figure out how to boost the volume a little bit. Unfortunately, the Apollon real-time website doesn't have volume control. It just has off and on the volume.
You gotta have it now, Jack.
Okay, you're coming through good now, Fred. I've got 3 deltas to the checklist. They're minor changes. I'd like to pass them along now. One of them is to the CSM checklist. Hope you pick that up when we get through.
Hey, which one?
Okay, stand by.
Supply one, Jack Road to Marlin, take long speed out, be off the road, supply Jack, and then go. We also note that I think it's been eliminated.
The big long one you wrote out at
CSM checklist while it's going through.
EI minus 230 EMS entry check.
Okay, he's coming back down. This latest one we got. Just a minute, Jack.
I see Kansas City now.
Meanwhile, Fred, I've got 2 for you on the lamp prep checklist.
Okay, Jack's there now.
Here we go. Yeah, you're gonna put it on a massive rocket again. Alright. You do that.
Okay, Capcom, here's another thing here. On that guy, I'll tell you what it is. Everybody
Okay,
else is back
Kansas
there.
City
He miles
on the
down
Missouri
before
River.
he was on, and what he's telling me was 3 this afternoon, right after the EMS entry check. So it's 15
Or the
minutes.
confluence, maybe.
Hello, Aquarius. I got a couple changes for you on your.
Of course, the city center's in Missouri. There's the rest of Kansas City over there in
Okay,
Kansas,
stand by one.
but this bit is in Missouri. Why does that have a tag on top of it? Sprint Center.
Okay, go
Does it
ahead.
really need a tag on top of it? Anyway.
Okay, Jack. The timeline between EI minus 230 and 1 hour is real crowded, so you're really going to have to hustle. And we've
Well, we should
decided to
ascend now.
delete the EMS entry check at minus 230. That'll give you a little more time in there. What we've decided to do with it is wait until after EI minus 1, just before you initialize the EMS. If you have time,
Flight
and only if you have time, Do the EMS entry.
Go ahead.
Tired of all the bouncing up and down here.
Indication here is super relief valve has gone to auto. This apparently happened a couple of times during the last shift.
Okay, you're gonna.
And I'm not sure what causes it. Maybe brushing against it or a hose is brushing against it, but we need to have him put it back to close when he gets an
15
opportunity.
there, and you're gonna add it if there is time, only if there is time at EI minus 1 hour, where the EMS initialization occurs.
That's right, you got it correctly.
What's the story on the verb 74?
Okay, Jack, one other item. Just before EI minus 2 hours, 15 minutes, we need in the memory house, verb 74 entered. Over.
Okay, stand by one, would you please?
Anybody have any problem with that? We didn't have a chance to really coordinate that very good.
Okay, right before 2 hours and 15 minutes, I assume that's before Missman gets their P27 update. I do a verb 74, right?
That's affirmative, Jack.
Okay, Econ flight.
Flight Econ.
Okay, does anybody have any reason for not giving a shot of S-band data after blackout?
As far as I know, negative flight.
Okay, where is the
How much
place?
sleep did you
Just
get, Jack?
just the S-band power amp. About the PMT, we figure about a
Oh, I
third of an amp
guess,
hour. Let me take a look.
Stand by.
Tell me your flight. That soup fan
I
back
guess
to
maybe 2 or
Super
3
late
hours.
valve
It was
line.
awful cold, and it wasn't very good sleep.
Roger, you plan to try to get any more?
What GET do you have?
We got 132.37.
He's got plenty of time to back out. Back to close, is that right? That's correct, flight. Soup relief valve to close. So you might mention that to him also at Capcom. That's something that's happened before. They're looking
Well,
like hose.
if I get everything done, I'll try. But I tell you, it's almost impossible to sleep.
Okay, Econ flight.
Flight
Where we
Econ.
put
All
that
of
in?
us
I'm
have
checking
that
now,
same
flight. It
problem.
looks like
It's just,
you get
too cold to
FAO
sleep.
with me on this too. And,
Too
looks like
cold to sleep.
2-5 looks like
Roger, the way we're looking at it,
a page here.
looks like you ought to have a couple free hours in here before you have to really get wood.
Map incomplete, reduce range. Okay, fine.
Well, we'll take it easy, but we'll try to sleep. But it's just awful cold.
Present data indicates that your entry angle is minus 6.03 degrees. Your delta V at the mid-course is going to be 2.8 feet a second.
Okay, copy.
Jack, this is Jim. I understand it's going to be an RCS burn.
RCS. The transcript has it around there.
Jim's going to be an RCS burn.
Okay.
And we need the suit circuit relief valve back to auto.
Back to close.
Correction, back to close.
Hey, Jack, that's in work. And one thing, comparing Jim's checklist with my own, I find one difference there at EI minus 230. his checklist has me opening a EPS sensor signal circuit breaker right prior to turning off LEM power. I'd like to find out which checklist is correct.
Whose checklist is that going?
They're talking about Jim's and Jack's, or don't indicate the same. I don't know what that means exactly.
It says just before EI 230, we're tearing off EPS sensor signal circuit breaker.
At EI 230, yes.
Okay, let me take a look down here.
Got it on page 5 of this.
Yeah, I got it open.
Oh, I guess by Jim's, he's talking about the LEM checklist. Okay. I didn't get that point. Thank you, John.
Flight econ?
Go ahead.
Okay, now on my checklist, we're closing in at the bottom of page 5. That's correct. Now, I'm saying that the LEM checklist showed it being
The LEM
open.
checklist is just for information to Jim. It's just to tell him that that your changes back to command module power. Your checklist is correct.
Okay, but they, I guess the point there is that we want to be sure before he.
And when do you figure that you'll be setting up the pads that you have?
Fido, when are the pads going to be available?
When's the pads going to be available?
For the maneuver pad flight or the other? All of them. Okay, any of them. EI minus 630 is the moon viewing attitude level pad that you're going up. Jake, what about the maneuver pad?
Let me check on that one. What?
Okay. Okay, tell me your flight. Our point here on this was that we wanted to be sure that the before the guys in the LEM started to remove the take their end of the power off the umbilical, that the people in the CSM that already gone off the main feed had already taken the LEM power circuit breakers open, right?
They're open. Yeah, they're shown to be open before.
I think Capcom ought to make that point clear to them.
So, just to be clear, they're getting ready for re-entry ultimately.
The point
And
of those,
we'll
talking
try to
about
make sure
umbilical
that
business is
before I
that,
arrive at Cape
they should be
Canaveral,
sure that the,
we'll listen
that
to
the
that part.
CSM circuit breakers, LEM power circuit breakers are open before they start doing anything in their LEM. Regarding the umbilical there, that step is minus 230.
I mean, before they start trying to demate the umbilical if they want to.
Oh, well, even before they start activating these circuit breakers. Can you turn around just a minute?
Yeah, well, I've got that right on my checklist.
Right, sir. Yes, that's right. That's the only point to that. I guess we haven't said it in so many words, John. Doesn't seem like it, right? Perhaps we have. Go better. Okay, where we figure all checklists are going up to minus 630. Okay, all the pads do in 3 hours and 26 minutes. minus 30. 630.
Aquarius, all of your pads will be coming up in about 3.5 hours at EI minus 630. And one thing we want to remind you of, when you remove power from the command module LEM umbilical, is to be sure that you open the LEM power main B circuit breakers, both of them, before you start throwing switches and circuit breakers in the LEM. Do it as we've outlined in this procedure in that order. Over.
Okay, that's the way we're planning on it. We'll let Jack 2 is 3, and then he'll tell us when we're go from there. What stages are the changes on?
Now just keep it at low altitude, I mean relatively low altitude until we
Okay,
get to
Fred,
Little Rock to sightsee there, and then
One I've
I'll
got for
proceed
you
at
is,
higher
at
altitude
the
over
end
to
of,
Cape Canaveral.
Power removal from the command module LEM umbilical. And just for your information, after you go through that entire procedure and about the time you're ready to transfer the command module, at that time power will be removed from the umbilical and it's okay to disconnect it. That is after you've thrown the switches in the LEM. Is that clear?
Roger, that's where I got a remark here to check with you to see if it's all right to proceed.
Roger, and that would be just after panel 16, you open the S and ECA control breakers.
What step number is that?
Capcom, I think we've got him confused here on this point. We told him that we had to wait for misspin go between battery 2 low voltage and high voltage. Seems like that's what he's
thing is, Jack, where they told me to wait for misspin go before proceeding was that back 2 low volts off resets and on.
still Charlie.
Okay, that's still affirmative. We'll give you a go after waiting 5 seconds.
Pray it
Down
flies.
there just a
You
few
got a
steps.
huge rocket to send a tiny
After
probe,
have
and
opened
you have to pray that
the
it flies.
ECA control breakers and panel
I don't know if it's gonna fly. If I made it, I know whether it's gonna fly or not. But I don't know in your case, because you had problems yesterday.
But we don't see a need for it.
Okay, after the last step, then I'm free to disconnect.
Right.
Is it going up?
And one other change we have is shortly after that, what we're configuring for jettison, we have closed both the forward dump valve and the
Farmland.
overhead dump
Lots
valve.
and lots of farmland.
And we don't want to get in a locked up position like that, so one way to get around it is to after we
Missouri
close
farmland.
the forward dump valve, turn the descent oxygen valve off. Over.
Okay, after the forward dump valve, add a step in that says descent ox valve off.
Okay, Fred, that concludes the deltas. And perhaps you heard that our gamma is still minus 6.03 and our delta V will be at 2.8 foot per second RCS burn.
Roger.
Capcom. Yeah, there is. We ought to just exit this line from the checklist where it says the CSM thing. It says EPS sensor signal main B open. That shouldn't even have been included in the checklist. That's the confusing thing that he mentioned earlier, and we don't want him to open that. And that's you told him the right thing to do in the command module checklist, and it ought to just been eliminated, or it should never been included apparently in this other one.
Fredo, we've got one more change we'd like to give you to clarify a question that Jack asked earlier.
Well, this river in front of us, I don't know whether it's
30.
how it's pronounced. Osage? Osage?
I'm going to call Jack back down.
O-S-A-G-E River.
Oh, negative. This is on your checklist.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, at EI minus 230, during power removal from the umbilical, first thing we do is 2 steps with a CSM. You open the main B, the LEM power to main B circuit breakers, and then there's a 3rd step which says circuit breaker EPS sensor signal main B open. Just delete that step. Over.
Okay, delete the 3rd step.
Okay, Okay, Capcom, what I'd like to do now is to go ahead and soak up this range and run over these command module checklists again, make sure that we've got all the deltas that we need to send them. We haven't really done that yet, and then we'll be squared away, I think.
You got anything more immediate to tell them about while we got them on the hook here with this com?
The comm will stay good because we're going to stay with the power amp on for a while. But no, I don't think so. We've told them all we need to tell them right away. We're not completely ready to tell them everything about the command module. So it sounds like we're done. Unless anybody's got something to tell them, I don't remember. Okay, the ECOM is running down a change he's got now, so we'll postpone our command module checklist discussion for
And
5
for
minutes.
your information, as far as our water supply is concerned, including our plans for power-up, we have an additional 18 hours of water remaining from this point.
Okay, 18 hours of water maintenance at this point, Jack.
Okay, question.
Okay, ECOM is over here looking at that power amp business, and so it'll be about another 5 minutes before we can start back on that checklist. We didn't wake Jack.
Hello, Houston, Aquarius?
Hello, Aquarius, go ahead.
Okay, Jack, this is Jim. I just want to make sure that you'll filter any of the changes to the checklist that come up to make sure they're absolutely essential. When we learn our procedures, we can only do it one time, and we can't make changes at the last minute. We like to do the best in the safest way possible, but unless the changes are really essential, don't bother setting them up.
Roger, we won't. The chairman of the CPCB is still active, and one thing we're trying to do is to save you all the time we can in between EI minus 2:30 and 1 hour.
That's affirmed. That's a real important time.
Yeah, for your information, Jim, I don't know whether you heard that originally, but that time 2.5 to 1 in there has been run about 3 times, and it's pretty tight. So we've tried to weed out what we could, which isn't much, but I think the other message you might impress on Jack when you get around to lining that platform, don't try to get it down too neat. It doesn't have to be all that good. Just do a nice quick and dirty one, and it's going to be good enough anyway.
I concur. I think for re-entry, we don't have to have a real active platform, and I have to tell Jack that.
Right. Hey, Jim, while you're up and things are nice and quiet, let me give you a couple of...
It's not normal for Deke Slayton to be directly talking to the crew, but
And might want to dig out some people
in this
there around
situation, of course.
135 or in that ballpark, and pull out a couple of extra drinks apiece and try one about dinner and another around...
He's the
139
head
to
of... I
140.
forget if he was head of the astronaut office at this point or the whole Apollo
Right, I
thing.
brought that up. We
Probably
might,
the
might
astronaut
consider
office.
it.
But
Okay.
this is Stockton Lake.
That was Donald K. Slayton, Director of Flight Crew Operations.
Okay. Director of Flight Crew Operations, as they say. The astronaut office.
The Capcom console.
Wish we could figure a way to get a hot cup of coffee up to you. It probably tastes pretty good about now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sure would. You don't realize how cold this thing becomes. We're in a PTC mode that's slowing down, and I just clocked the cycles from when I see the Earth. It's about 11 to 12 minutes now, and the sun is directly overhead, so it's shining on the engine bell of the service module and not getting down to the spacecraft at all.
Hang in there, it won't be long now.
That's right. As a matter of fact, doing this alignment on the Earth this time will be like making a landing with a fogged up windshield.
Fogged up windshield. Oh, it's quite a gap until the next little bit. Alright, let me skip ahead.
Minus 230 on page 6, I see that we turn that FCE to normal, CMP to normal.
I don't think we bring it up at all.
Sir? Put that on page 6. I'm looking at the timeline now. The timeline checklist.
This is Apollo Control.
So was it
33
was
hours and
does
11
that count as a success bowling or a
32
failure?
hours.
I'm not
Bring
even
it
sure.
up at all.
What are we talking
Capcom
about?
Jack
Power.
Reisman put in a call
Well,
to
what
the
is this
crew.
on page 6?
Fred
That's,
Hayes responded,
That's the signal
and we had to
conditioning
turn on the
equipment.
power
Right under that
amplifier, which,
CMP normal.
That's
in
the
addition to
remote
greatly improving the
Were you
quality
intending
of
on
voice
having
communication,
communication?
it also gives us ranging data.
That's a success.
The
Oh, okay.
flight dynamics officer is using for
Isn't that affirmative
making
income?
final computations
Roger.
of a mid-course
Right.
correction to be performed in about
Right now, the only
4.5 hours.
requirements for the power amp are going to be verbal, and that's the
Jack
smart
Slager reported that
Add already?
he received
Doesn't seem
about
right.
2 to 3 hours of sleep, which he said was not very good sleep due to the
Anyway?
Well, okay, actually we're 36
bring it
minutes
up
into
on
the
time.
stream, so those are short ads,
They made
actually, but
Slager said
yeah, I guess it's been half an hour.
Sleep because of the cold. Donald K. Slayton, Director of Flight Crew Operations,
Simple as what? Just one
who's
foot?
been
one foot.
at the Capcom
Power
console
amp
a good part of the
The high.
evening and into this morning. Came on the circuit and advised Jim
We
Lovell
would do that after blackout.
to consider taking Dexedrine tablets
And flight FAO's
for
got
for each of the crewmen.
place to insert
This is a
into the
stimulant
checklist
contained in the
pages.
medical kit.
On page
Lovell said that they had considered that and would think about it.
Go ahead.
Right there after step 9, it says,
At the present time, Apollo 13 is...
you'll send a comms probe to communicate with the probe, but does the probe have enough communicating power to communicate through that?
And we're some 9 hours, 27 minutes until re-entry. We'll continue to stand by.
I don't even remember how
communications with the
communications
crew.
works in Juno, so
We don't have anything planned to pass up to them in the next
back in
few
the
minutes
normal
or
part
so.
of the checklist.
One of the things
on
under
3-1.
discussion, however, at the present time in mission control are procedures which might possibly be used
The
to
part that we didn't change.
increase the temperature in the lunar module. And the LEM
3-1.
environmental and electrical
at the
systems
bottom,
engineer is looking
page,
into the
10K
power
is
status
the
right
main
now.
fixed
As far
floor
as
and all those
consumables are
different
concerned,
things
with the
there, we just
possibility,
sometime
with the
after the
possibility
main
in mind of
event,
perhaps
power
bringing some
amplifier
additional equipment online in the LEM to bring the temperature up there.
That should be part of the... Must come after landing, is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's not in that part right there. That's not where they want to turn it off.
Flight econ.
Go.
What we do during entry is we go to low power before CM set normally, and then I give the NCO a go on the main bus voltages, and then if we're in good shape, then he goes and commands high.
Yeah,
after
okay.
CM set.
But the crew powers all that stuff down sometime after landing, anyway. Or after things, or whenever it is.
pretend it works? I don't know. Don't know what you mean.
I guess what I'm saying is that I just...
We're presently showing a...
Is there no proper communication stuff in Juno?
And we, although we do not have a measurement on the command module, we presume that it is lower than that.
Get it when they get down to the program, where they'll turn it off.
And we'll continue to keep you advised on the status of the discussion.
There is not. Oh,
Going on at
okay.
present in mission control on the advisability
All
of
right, then.
powering up the LEM more fully to bring up the temperature.
Any problems here with this GNC lift?
Sees that, get something to email. What was your question?
Is there any problem with a GNC lift here? Reviewing the checklist, those 3 pages, I believe it is.
No, sir.
That's okay, all right.
We bit through the whole thing. We said we had some places where we're probably going to get CMWs like...
Yeah, he told me those.
Okay.
At least he told me there's 4 of them. Span plate. Okay, we're sitting here now in some attitude that we don't have any idea what it is, and he said that the sun was directly on the FDS engine cell. Why don't we get out of that attitude, out of that PTC, and go to an attitude where the sun shines in the command module window? Which is anything wrong with that?
We told them yesterday that there's no problem with that, and we give them a go up to 4 hours at a time.
Okay, but I'm proposing that we do that right now, and we stay there until we have to start maneuvering around for service module step and all that stuff at EI minus 5 or 6 hours, or whenever it is for the MCC, rather.
Well, that's just about 4 hours from now.
Okay.
Or less.
All right, why don't we do that?
Flight tell me
Go.
we can power up right now and go all the way.
Power up, you're assuming a 25 amp hour.
I'm assuming a
type.
40.7 amp.
Okay, and how much margin will we have?
371 amp hours.
Margin?
That's right. That assumes we got every bit of the battery capacity available. It does not include unusable. It does include unusable.
Okay.
Yeah, but
We don't really
think
think
40 amps.
Yeah, we don't really need them to go to 40. Okay, let's tell them what we want to power up, if we can here. And do you think we need a checklist procedure for that, or can we do it in plain language?
Probably the easiest thing to do would be to go through that 30-minute activation, or at least those portions of it that are applicable.
Light speed, huh?
Like,
Go.
if we just tell them to pick up with the entry limb.
Well, you just need a glitch.
6 hours, and then go through the second step is use modified RCS 30-minute activation, and go through that checklist, except for the attitude maneuvers, and we're up.
Would you repeat that, Charlie?
I'd say go through the activation checklist, except for
That
the
highway
attitude
behind us
maneuvers,
was
and we're up.
US 60.
Everything is activated.
And you saying you want to go ahead and bring the axis up now?
And the whole checklist.
And
We're
I'm
in
suggesting
southern
furthermore that we
Missouri,
stop the PTC and go to a mode where
past
the sun
Springfield,
starts to come
Missouri,
up the inside of the command
which
module.
is over to the left there.
What's wrong with that?
That would be fine. We could do like we did.
Oh,
the other night,
infinite
roll
cheats.
90 every hour if we had to.
What's even the point?
We could get
but I don't think
perpendicular.
that's necessary. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's a suggestion.
Yes, it is. And the only other thing I could think of that we could, if we really were worried about the temperatures, we could turn on the instrumentation in the command module, send some power across to that.
Well, if we fire up the limb in a couple hours, we're going to start getting the glycol slip up, and the suit, we can turn the suit temp to hot, and vector some of that air over to the command module. It ought to start coming up a little bit.
Okay. Okay, Span, I'm considering we got to go for this.
Say again?
I'm considering that we're going to press on that basis.
Yeah, we agree. We've already run that through them, and we agree 100%.
Okay, does everybody agree that we can go ahead through the 30-minute activation thing down to, did you say step 2, John?
No, sir. I said go through the
Except for the
activation,
attitude.
except for the attitude maneuvers, and then we ought to come up with an attitude to put the stack back in the PTC mode. Not in PTC, but just in an attitude perpendicular to the sun.
Yeah, but he's in a position to do that.
Oh yeah, he can come up.
Yeah, okay. Okay, and guidance flight, we don't need anything from him, do we? If he starts firing up the thing, do you want to get that E-mod?
Do we have any E-mods for the thing?
Oh, that E-mod was for the
CSM.
CSM, wasn't it? Okay.
Right.
So you're not worried about the lamp? Negative.
Well, we aren't planning on using it right now for maneuvers or water fishing.
Okay, but we getting ready to fire it up. There's no point to you. If there's something we can point down to you, yeah, we might as well. Might go.
One more point on this. This 30-minute procedure does not have the window heaters on, and that's the fastest way to get that cabin warmed up is to turn those on.
How many amps does that?
What happened, Bowling?
About 7 amps.
I was afraid to ask.
Okay. You got that procedure handy? What you got?
Just tell him
to turn the window heaters on.
just tell him to turn the window heaters on.
Okay.
Be able to circuit breakers as soon as you got his AC up.
Okay, why don't we do that, Capcom?
Flighty time.
Go.
It looks like, as far as the power amp is concerned, we shut that down, say G3-3 as far as power down. That'd mean that power amp probably be on for as long as 15 minutes plus an amp hour. I think it'd be wise to get the thing off after mains.
Go ahead, Houston.
Okay, Skipper, we figured out a way for you to keep warm.
Cost us 3/10 of an amp hour.
We
Three-quarters
decided to,
included the
start
PMP.
powering you up now.
4 amps.
And what we
Power
want
amp, 4 amps by itself.
What we want you to do is take your entry LEM prep checklist.
It's not the checklist, like, turn it on.
Start at the top where it says BAT 5, normal feed on.
We can't find it.
And then jump over, as it says, to your 30-minute activation. And do all of the 30-minute activation.
30,000 meters per
Up to-
second with infinite fuel, huh?
Burn.
How did you manage to not just keep going?
Okay.
I mean, I don't know why you would only get 30,000 with infinite fuel on. Do you even need a big rocket when you have infinite fuel on? I think you could make just a small thing and it'd be fine with infinite fuel on if you want to go fast.
That's affirmed, Jim. You can maneuver to burn.
You don't need
attitude, or
anything
you
big
could,
at all.
maneuver to an
You
attitude
only
where
need
you
one
put the
stage
sun on
even.
the windows to warm the place up.
Sounds good, and you sure we have
That's the
plans
trouble
for
with infinite
Monday?
fuel. It's
Okay,
too
give me a
easy.
number. That's affirmative.
Yes.
We've got plenty of power to do it. I can get you a number, though.
We'll have about a 6.3 hour pad.
That airfield there is Branson, Missouri, and then after that we're in Arkansas.
Sorry, 40, at 40 amps rate, he has a
Understand.
6 hour pad, Capcom. At 47
Well,
amp
whatever,
rate.
Bowling.
Sorry, 47 amp rate.
The highway we're following here is US 65.
Flight number.
Go.
Sometime I can continue the next 45 minutes. We like to recycle our CPs. We're building up those CPUs. We like to clear them.
Okay, anybody have a problem with CP recycle right now before we stop firing up? Go.
We're rushing.
Okay, okay, FAO, tell me what page you say to put that time.
Right. You're talking about turning it off now, right?
Right.
That's 3-1. At the bottom, at the bottom of the page, there's 10K main shooting deployed. And put a note in there. Sometime after the main, that's been power amplifier off, and it's a pretty busy phase right in there after the main. So it's hard to specify an exact time when it'd be good for the crew to do it. But just say sometime after the main, that's been power amplifier off.
flight, we're done with the recycle.
Okay.
Well, I think it's mostly following Highway 65 down, or Interstate 65 down to Little Rock here. Okay, I think we're in a relatively quiet part of the audio again, so I'm gonna move
Okay, another
along.
change that we like to,
I'm doing technical changes,
on page 2-5.
but you won't be able to follow that very well. Fortunately, you folks can see the timestamp where we're at.
It's going to be interesting today, Jack. Here's flat bigger and the crescent's a lot more pronounced than it was yesterday.
Well, you're going in the right direction.
That's right.
This is Apollo Control at 133 hours, 55 minutes. Jim Lovell has stabilized the spacecraft at this point using the LEM reaction control system thrusters. We're showing a power level on the lunar module right now ranging between 45 and 50 amps. The power-up procedure followed by the crew will have another effect in addition to warming up the LEM. That is that they're beginning a portion of the pre-entry checklist that had been scheduled for 6 hours prior to entry interface. That was begun at about 9 hours, so they'll be getting a bit of a leg up on that.
That town is Harrison that we're passing over. Harrison, Arkansas.
At the present time, Apollo 13 is
Jack, I guess we haven't changed our angle much with respect to the sun, 93 million miles away, so it ought to be about the same place in AOT, isn't it, Charlie?
Hold one on that thread of getting in.
Guys, what, you understand his question? Guys, flight. Go flight. Okay, the question that he has is, should the sun be in the same spot for this new burn, this last new course as it was on the one he did earlier? That's the firm flight, crescent at the top.
That's 12 o'clock and D10 2, right?
What wasn't the question? Okay, what was the question? Where was the what? Sun in AOT. With an AOT. Let me check and see where the sun is in the AOT, but the sun is above us along the x-axis like it was before. You want to know if it's in the AOT?
He wants to verify he's got the right attitude by using the sun in the AOT. And he thinks maybe it ought to be the same as it was the last time, which was 12 o'clock and D10 2.
Flight control.
Go.
Okay, his ASA breaker's been in long enough. He's go for AX activation.
Okay, go for AX activation.
Aquarius, your ASA is warmed up now. You can activate the A.
Okay.
Arkansas not looking too bad around here. Okay, jumping ahead a little further.
We will not have a change of shift briefing. The flight director plans to remain in the control center through splashdown.
And I'll ascend for Little Rock.
We therefore, as I said, will not have a change of shift briefing, news briefing for this ship. In summarizing briefly the events during the past 8 hours, from about 127 hours until about 130 hours, we passed up the command module and lunar module pre-entry checklists to the crew. Following this, the crew was advised to attempt to get some rest. Fred Hayes remained on watch, but we limited the number of calls to the spacecraft to allow Fred also to get some rest. And at about 128 hours, 17 minutes, Jim Lovell and Jack Swigert indicated they were going to begin a rest period. Fred Hayes began a rest period at about 129 hours, 39 minutes. And at 132 hours, 28 minutes, we put in the first call to the crew after Hayes began his rest period. All three crewmen responded shortly thereafter, and Jack Swigert reported that they'd gotten about 2 or 3 hours of sleep. But he said it was not very good sleep, that it had been quite cold and almost impossible to sleep. Deke Slayton, the director of flight crew operations, who had been in the control center during the night and early morning, advised Lovell at that point to consider taking dexedrine tablet. This is a stimulant carried in the medical kit. Lovell said he would consider it.
Oh, how fast you're going is a casual 1,000 kilometers per second. How fast I'm going is certainly not that
In
fast.
response to the
I'm more
crew
like
comments on cold, we began
130,
looking at
120 to
methods of
130
bringing
meters
lamp
per second,
temperatures up.
or
It was
0.1,
decided that we had adequate
no,
power margins,
0.13,
in the
let's
LEM
say,
batteries, and
kilometers
also
per
adequate,
second.
Water margins to power up the LEM early. And this had been planned to occur at 6 hours prior to re-entry, and we began the
Much
procedure
more
about
casual.
3 hours earlier than that, beginning the power up at about 9 hours prior to entry interface. At 133 hours, 29 minutes, the crew began the checklist procedures to power up the LEM, and the current levels in the LEM came up from about 10 to 12 amps, which is the normal power down.
Go flight.
Your
Chuck, have you got the, has anybody plotted up the footprint showing the nominal landing
Heaters
point
brought
back on
equipment up
board
to temperature, and the heaters began to drop
landing
offline.
point and all that
Temperature
jazz?
stabilized out
For
at
Rocket
about
Flight, Chuck,
40
channel
amps,
66.
and the crew reported that
66
the
has got a
temperature
very
is coming
nice
up
grid on it.
within the LEM.
It's hard to
We've
read, isn't
seen
it?
a
No,
corresponding
not hard
rise
to
in
read.
temperature
You,
on our displays
66,
here.
Oh yeah, I'm
The,
sorry, 66.
temperature we were reading in the cabin prior to the power up was about 54 degrees. Since the equipment has been turned on, we've seen the temperature come up about 2 to 3 degrees.
I see it. Okay, I got what I wanted. Okay, you can see
We
the
are
path
from
going
Little
this way.
Rock,
At the present time, we're
64
7 hours,
nautical
40
miles.
minutes,
Target.
54 seconds from entry interface.
And
and
flight,
2
About 13
hours, 40
minutes.
We've got
51
two
seconds
things here we're looking at.
from
If
the
we have a problem with the
mid-course
mid-course.
correction.
We got
number
an alternate
7, which
target
is
and we
planned
want
to
to go to
occur
it to
5
about
hours
50
prior
miles downrange.
to re-entry.
That's just because the eye.
The
I'm
flight
actually
dynamics
looking
officer
at the
is
landscape
About a
here.
mid-course. What are your entry
computing
conditions?
the final
Right now
maneuver
we're
pad
5.95.
for this
Stand by.
mid-course correction. the preliminary
That's your flight
information
path
on it
angle?
was that it would
Yes,
be
right.
about
Cantrell
2.8 feet
Road?
per
That's
second.
above
Man,
the
I'm not gonna be able to figure that out very easily.
Stage,
stand by.
actually the LEM reaction control system thrusters. And
It's
burning
about
for
36
about
to 10 flight.
21 seconds.
Let me see if I can pull up a
We
map.
expect that we
I
will get an
mean,
update to this
do
once
you
the
really
flight
want to
time is
dox yourself? Or, I don't know where you want to go.
And what's the EI
Let
time?
me see.
Time at entry interface.
For the no burn?
Yeah.
I'll have to get back with you.
I don't see any Cantrell Road near the airport.
We also have some preliminary
See a Roosevelt
numbers for
Road.
the entry. We suspect that these will change once the mid-course correction is completed. These are the same numbers which were passed out at the previous
20
ship
minutes
briefing.
away by car.
They are as follows. We are predicting entry interface at the point at which the spacecraft reaches the 400,000 foot level to occur at 142 hours, 40 minutes,
West
40
Little Rock.
seconds.
Okay, well,
The road
what's the
chutes
nearest big road?
deploy at 142 hours, 48 minutes, 53 seconds. And the main chutes, the main parachutes would come out at 142 hours, 49 minutes, 43 seconds with splashdown at 142 hours, 54 minutes, 40 seconds. As I said, we expect these times will shift some.
Oh, I see Cantrell Road now.
When
Okay.
the course correction has been completed. We also have times for the beginning of blackout and the end of blackout.
Flight the simulator.
Flight procedures?
Go
Yeah,
procedures,
just
Ron.
processing checkpoint.
Raj, all flight controllers, if you don't want a checkpoint, give me
The
an
time
answer,
we show
please.
for beginning of blackout is
Guidance
142
doesn't want a
hours, 40
checkpoint
minutes,
there,
58
procedures.
seconds, and time for ending
Guidance,
of
let me know
blackout
when
is
you're cleared for a
142
checkpoint.
hours,
Okay,
44
sign.
minutes.
When I don't know. I guess Little Rock is a photogrammetry city, but I don't know how far it extends. So
Flight time.
Go, guys.
Would you have him hold the torquing angles?
Roger. Capcom, have to hold the torquing angles, please.
we'll actually probably follow the road on the way
We're
in
doing that.
rather than after reaching the airport.
The checkpoint has already started flying.
Roger.
Let me make a mild adjustment to that effect.
Jim, the reason for the delay is that we're not seeing the data yet. We're having a checkpoint here, and as soon as they come up, we'll let you know what to do with them.
Okay, we got a large 905 of what's 112.
No, I will be flying over on the way in,
Jack, are,
not on the way
minus
out.
01713, minus 03278, minus 01395.
Roger,
Probably
minus
don't have to land per se.
713, and we see him now.
I'll try and get nice and slow over Cantrell Road, and then we'll see.
There they are, flight. What do we tell them?
Guidance, what do you want to do here?
Failed his torquing flight.
Yeah, let's go ahead and torque them, Capcom. Guidance, I don't think we really had much of an option.
Where
there,
is
did
the
we?
flight then?
Second?
Okay. At 35,
Oh, we'll be nice and low.
25.
Flight, what do you want to do now? Star check, maneuver to optimal attitude, or what?
It'd be a bad idea to get a star check flight if we can
Yeah,
afford
we
it.
can.
terminate going to poo though.
Pardon?
Oh, he's recycling the program flight.
Flight retro. Go retro. Okay, time with no mid-course at entry is 1:42:40:54, which is just 14 seconds after the nominal time. I mean the planned time, okay?
Well, up ahead is the Arkansas River. You can see the river.
Aquarius, do you have a star close by there you can check?
He's on. Looks like he's already maneuvering the attitude for
I'll look around, Jack. I was just try to get a check.
Well, the ad's on time. The last one was at 36 minutes. We're at 1 hour and 36 minutes. 1 hour and 6 minutes. So it's been half an hour.
Go fly. How are we doing for gas?
Presumably, the
we're
next
still
ad
in
for
there
you
pretty
will
good,
be at 1 hour and 36 minutes.
About 3%. Okay. Flight Fido. Go Fido.
Gene, if we get this pings up, are we going to give consideration to doing a pings control maneuver? It'll still be RCS, manual control, but it'll be pings at home. You know, T41. And the thing is, see, they're aligned the same way they'd have the AGs aligned, just like the way we would have done it. The only difference is we now have the pings up. I just wondered if you were considering doing it with the pings.
I think we might consider doing it with the pings. Let me check with control guys, and let's see if we've got all the proper DAP initialization and everything else for the pings control. Control, flight. Go flight. We got about 2.5 hours prior to the mid-course correction here. What is the take for mid-course correction, Fido?
Go flight.
What's the take for MCC-7?
It'd be about 137, 39, 37, I believe. Is that 137.40, okay?
Okay.
Let me tell you what we've done, Gene. If they're going to do it manually with the AG, we round that time off to the nearest even minute. But if they're going to target it, then we would go ahead and give them the exact ignition time, you know, in a pings P30 load, which would change the ignition time to the, you know, exact time that we really want.
Okay, let me talk to guidance and control.
Okay.
Control, fly, go fly.
This is the Arkansas River.
What's your opinion on making a pings controlled maneuver?
It sounds good. We're all set up
course,
on
We're heading
Okay, do you have any
to
DAP constants?
Lake Momel,
The DAP is all set up.
where
Set up.
the Cantrell Road is on the southern side of.
flight.
You see any reason not to make a pings controlled maneuver here?
You can see the lake in front of us there.
Okay.
We're going to ask for a couple things here when he gets through. One is will be an E-mod, but wait till he gets through this 52.
Okay.
Well, I can't hold up as such. In fact, we're passing by an airport called Cantrell as well, so I guess Cantrell is a very popular thing around here. That's that airport there.
Okay, Jack, what you're reading now on the angles, we had the moon centered, and it's pretty close to what we have on the 8-ball, I guess. Close enough for any entry that we'd like to do.
Roger, and I'm told that the nebula and Regulus are nearby if you wanted to make a star check.
Okay, I'm going to start pitching around again and see if I can pick them up. I have Orion out here to my left a little bit, but it's pretty close to the... Oh, here, I've got Sirius. That's a nice one. How about that?
Sounds good here.
Apollo Control, Houston, 135 hours, 11 minutes now to the flight of Apollo 13. That was Apollo 13.
See you. Well, if I see a Walmart, that depends on how good the scenery is, right? But anyway, that is Cantrell Road, or Route 10.
Is aligning the platform in the lunar module. Our digital displays now show Apollo 13 at 50,905 nautical miles away from Earth. The spacecraft velocity reads 8,670 feet per second. We're at 135 hours, 12 minutes, continuing to monitor. This is Apollo Control, Houston.
At Bank OZK. I don't know what you mean by Bank OZK. Here's the Walmart. If you, I don't know if I've seen anything that bears any resemblance to Walmart. So, does that mountain with some things on the top of it look familiar at all? Chinall Mountain, 320 meters.
Retro from flight. Go, flight. You happy that you know everything that you need to know about the CSM stowage?
Well, there's some stuff
they
going
haven't
on
done
here.
anything we've told us yet. We're satisfied, except for things they haven't told us about.
If you
And I
say
think
so.
they've told us everything. Right.
Robinson Senators? Is that Robinson? Robinson Senators. There's your neighborhood? There's a funny peak over there. Which one is that? They call a lot of things mountains that I would not call mountains.
Aquarius, is Jack sitting on the rumble seat there?
He was. He just headed upstairs, taking a look around.
Okay, I got a minor addition to
That's
the entry
Pinnacle
checklist.
Mountain. That's Pinnacle
This time
Mountain.
it's in the,
Yeah.
Okay, Sam.
entry book.
Okay, stand by one. Yes, that.
Well, we'll do one more flyby that neighborhood. dormant volcano around here, huh?
What I'm doing, Jack, is just, I'm pitching over now. Going to pick up another star. The Sirius was just too far off. I thought I'd use too much gas getting there.
Roger.
By the time I get aligned in the AOT, it'd be nice if we didn't have Odyssey attached. We could just auto maneuver over to these things.
Well, how about I just do a touch and go at the airport?
Looks just like you got her line, Jim, so I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that the platform's fairly decent.
Guidance, you happy with the alignment there?
Second flight.
You happy with the alignment?
As well as I can tell, it looks okay. Flying good. What kind of report did he give on the star check?
Okay, on Cantrell Road towards Little Rock,
Because he
or west of Little Rock anyway. Why is there that in the middle of the...
Re-maneuvered back to the moon, though.
Okay, no power lines, please.
Flight game.
Go, guide.
I would like a verb 74 in the limb. Whenever it's convenient.
What do you want, EMOD?
E-mod.
Okay, Capcom from flight.
Go ahead.
Like a verb 74 on the limb. Get the EMOD now.
Okay.
Oh, this is your neighborhood, you say? I thought that thing beforehand was your neighborhood.
Okay, coming to you.
Okay, well, it's not photogrammetry though, so we wouldn't be able to tell a Walmart from anything else, unfortunately.
Control from flight. Go flat. Okay, now how do you want to configure for the
Got it.
limb here while we're waiting to move into the mid-course 7 attitude?
I guess the big building was a Walmart. I would prefer it to be obvious. I want it to look more like a Walmart.
Flight control, no control. Okay, what we're planning on doing is getting that procedure here to go to ping that hole and use a 5-degree deadband. We have to ride over the dock deadband, which is normally 1.4. Go to a 5-degree. We use this after we came around the corner of the moon, and it worked real well. Had very, very low usage. That way it holds the attitude for them. They don't have to worry about keeping out of gimbal on.
Okay. You got a procedure
Oh,
there
there's
you
a
want to
little
get
bit
it?
I don't have it in my hands right now. I'm in the process of getting it.
of mesh problem there.
Take your time and make sure it's right. Roger.
Okay, stop giving orders. Gosh, the trees really hide the roadway here.
Control from flight.
Go ahead, Mike.
Capcom up here is suggesting just stay ag pulse here.
Yeah, that's another option. But what that means is he's got to keep an eye on the ball or keep it out of gimbal on.
Oh,
okay,
getting
but
a lot
you
of
got
lift here.
4 or 6 more eyes down here. We can do the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, he can. I was just looking for something to keep his task at a minimum.
Let me ask you a question. Would you have to go back in with a different tap load for the maneuver again?
Yes, you would.
Okay. Why don't we just stay with what we got?
Okay, fine with me. I was just looking for something to ease our load flight.
Ah, here we get photogrammetry, I can tell by the trees. So, around here, the buildings I gotta start to look more like they ought to.
Flight econ.
Go econ.
First, that power amplifier. We can go up with a first entry, but there's no need to make
Okay,
a second
that's
entry.
fine.
Shoot, we'll get that with the main
Rolling.
bus time.
Unfortunately, the bridges here at Little Rock aren't
right,
any
what do you
good
got?
because they're photogrammetry bridges. We need
There
to
was
have
a
them
change
replaced
to
by
checklist that kept on
proper
to read up
bridges.
reference to the power amp.
Yes,
On
this is downtown
after
Little
blackout.
Rock.
Okay.
And there was a second entry at 10,000.
Central High School was somewhere back there, but I
Okay, and
didn't
what you're
really
saying is just
notice.
get the,
Is it
Just get the first
something's the
entry,
domed one?
Second entry will be done automatically at the main bus time.
Okay, well, the airport's over there. I have to line up.
Okay, Jack, go ahead.
You concur with all that, Flight?
that's affirmative.
Okay. Okay, Jack, on your entry checklist on page 2-5, down there on step 9, where it says 152 degrees pitch at 05G. Adjacent to that, so that recovery can see you better on the way down, we want you to turn your S-band power amplifier to high. Over.
Okay, turn S-band power amp to high at 05G time.
That's affirmative.
Okay, is that it?
That's it, Jack.
There's still some weird jostling that they have. Oh, suddenly the terrain level changes. So I'm just gonna touch down and then go here, and then we'll continue on to Cape Canaveral.
Flight over, Flight. Go, Flight. Roger, will you give me the status of the course
Wind
setup?
seems gusty.
Roger that, Flight. We've got an updated process right now, though. Still 3.35, Flight.
3.35.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe they're sort of like thermals or ground effect or something like that. Whoa, that's the opposite one. It lifted me up a bit and then it plunged me into the ground.
Go ahead. And our present configuration, what's our time of the burn?
All sorts
for
of fun.
that, mid-course 7, it's minus 3.35 feet per second.
Flight is control. Are you calling me or Fido?
Oh, now
Control.
it's
I was
okay.
calling.
It's
the
just a
burn
crosswind right
time.
now.
I've got
I
the
think.
new number coming now, Flight. I just haven't started
Okay.
talking. Flight control.
No control.
Got 25.6 seconds.
25.6 seconds, okay?
Okay, going. Onward.
Tell me you're from flight.
Tell me.
I'm monitoring channel 64. As soon as they finish with the crew,
Follow
move your
control, Houston,
electrical and water stuff
135
back.
Oh,
hours,
wheel well
20
overheat. Yeah, okay. I
minutes.
retracted
Now
the
mission.
landing gear a little bit too fast there.
We're 2 minutes, 2 hours, 12 minutes away from scheduled time of ignition for MCC 7. And our space digitals show 13, Apollo 13 at a distance of 49,577 nautical miles out from Earth, traveling at a speed of 8,790 feet per second. This is Apollo Control, Houston.
Okay, now we'll go higher up to 31,000. For some reason, the FMS never automatically advances the waypoints, so I'm gonna manually have to do that.
Go, Flight.
One other thing I'd like put on that.
I mean, we
chart
literally
back
touched down
there
at the
in
airport.
channel 64 would be a red line for the service module.
Certainly did not miss
photos.
it.
Roger.
Okay. $687 nautical miles to Cape Canaveral. Lots of leftover meanders to the river here. Well, there's definitely some clouds over Florida.
Guidance from flight.
I have this
Go ahead,
Volanta
flight.
app
It looks
that
like he's got a good line
is showing some of the weather.
Are you preparing to go through the dock course line with the CSM?
I have a question. Is that what we plan to do, Flight?
I'm asking you what your recommendation is.
Well, I would prefer to stick with the timeline we already have formulated. We could do the course line, though. No problem there.
to go ahead and do a course align. That's what we do anyway. And the numbers that we pass for our moon sighting time you should already be course aligned to.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna jump to where they start powering up the command module.
Houston Aquarius, Jack's entering the command module now.
Okay, Jim.
Okay, all flight controllers, we can expect to see a few more amps here in LEM current. Looks like they'll be going into their preheat cycle.
Okay, that last, Joe, was execute at the GC of 138.1000, VI minus 4.5 hours. Execute a push of 0.5 feet per second for jet ullage. Then execute SM SEP, followed by a pull of 0.5 feet per second. With respect to nomenclature on the DTCA, I think we really need an up of 0.5 and then a down of 0.5.
That's correct, Mike. That's correct, Fred.
Flight guide.
Go guide.
Fluid accept in the LEM, and we'll put the target load into the burn.
Okay, Aquarius,
Okay.
the last pad I have for you right now is the LEM jettison pad.
Capcom.
Similar to the standby one, Aquarius.
Roger. Could we have poo and accept so we can get a load into the LEM for the burn here?
Poo and data for the LEM.
Affirmative.
Flight control.
Just a reminder, Poo is just program 00. It's the idle program for the computer. It lets the ground talk to the computer when it's not active.
And I was about to say the LEM jettison pad is similar to the SM SEP pad.
So they're trying to send up data.
Oh, now I understand. Okay.
We have a go flight.
It's about the same number line?
Roger, you got poo and data now?
Sounds
Okay,
sounds funny though.
Okay, go ahead, Joe.
Okay,
Control,
Fred.
line.
Go ahead.
Why do you want to know that?
Prior
Just out of
to
curiosity.
141,
Best if you use
40,
DTCA,
00,
sure if there's
which is VI minus 1 hour.
thrusters.
Maneuver the
Firing
LEM
on
to
the
the
command
following
module.
FDAI
That way
angles.
the DAT will just tackle off the bottom with
Roll.
maintain energy.
1,
So you're
3,
recommending the
0.
TTCA for the mid-course?
Yes.
Okay.
Pitch 1, 2, 5. Yaw 0.12.4. The corresponding CSM gimbal angles will be roll 2.9er1, pitch 1.9er6, yaw 0.45, and that's the pad, over.
Computer says flight, LEM computer says.
Roger, Capcom, the computer says.
And the computer is yours, Aquarius.
Thank you.
Okay, LEM SEP pad prior to 141.40.00, EI minus 1 hour. Maneuver the following attitude. Roll 130, pitch 125, yaw 0.12.4. The corresponding CSM gimbal angles are roll 2.9er1, pitch 1.9er6, yaw 0.45.
Read that correct.
Apollo Control, Houston, 136 hours, 15 minutes now to flight. That maneuver pad for mid-course 7 was passed up. Shows a time of
Oh, that's a
ignition
bit
of
hot there.
137 hours, 39 minutes, 48.39 seconds. With a delta V of 3.1 feet per second. And a burn duration of 23 seconds. Jim Lovell reported Jack Swigert entering the command module. We copied that time.
Aquarius Houston.
Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, we're so efficient down here that we've got an entry pad ready. Fred, do you want to copy that for Jack? Over.
Stand by. I'll have to try to borrow his book from him.
Roger.
Can we hold off on that a little bit, Joe?
Oh, absolutely, Jim. We're well ahead. I just wanted you to know that we had it.
Okay, I hope that when you set up all those uplinks to Jack, that you can get them up to him quickly.
We're shooting for less than 5 minutes.
Sounds good.
We copied Jack Schweiger.
And are you still using the computer?
That's a negative, Fred. The computer's yours.
We copied Schweigert entering the command module at 136
and
hours,
Fred,
10
the
minutes,
computer
49
has your
seconds.
target load in.
Okay.
It's going fine, Sheebs. We've passed Little Rock, which is what Bowling wanted to see, and we're headed to Cape Canaveral. We're still climbing back up after the dip into Little Rock, so I don't know how long it'll take, but probably about 2 hours.
Throwing the circuit breakers.
They're starting up the command module in the audio, and I'll try to make sure that we get to where they actually re-enter before we get to Cape Canaveral.
Almost at the same time that Schweigert entered the command module, Ken Mattingly came to the control center. Still in a apparently spotless condition. We're at 136 hours, 18 minutes into the flight. We show Apollo 13 at an altitude of 45,255 nautical miles. Traveling at a speed of 9,200 to 222 feet per second. This is Apollo Control
Tell me
Houston.
your flight.
Tell me.
See any indications down there he's preheating the command module RCS?
Not the RCS. It looks like the head-on look there in the station.
Okay. What did you do? Pick up about 2 amps?
Picked up 2 or 3 amps.
Okay.
Houston, Aquarius.
Go ahead, Aquarius.
Okay, I just want to clarify one thing. On the LAMP-7 pad, it appears to me that in my configuration, I could probably use a Verb 49 loading in 622, yaw, pitch, and roll in that order. And
Might
being
just
able
be
to fly out a
crazy, but you
58
don't
degree
think
and
you've
roll pitch and yaw.
ever
Is that correct?
seen cirrus clouds like those
I'll
in
verify it.
MSFS before? I don't know. I'm not as knowledgeable about clouds, I suppose.
Okay, Jack.
I don't
go
know.
ahead
Maybe
with
they
your question.
updated the clouds.
Okay, either I copied the circuit breaker wrong or I can't read it. Comes down just about the 20th one down.
I just
After,
need them to
panel
exist.
76, where it says CD
I'm not
instrumentation,
picky.
power control 3 and 4 open.
I guess I am
The
picky,
next
but anyway.
circuit breaker on panel 5. Would you give that to me again?
You got that,
Roger.
Yeah, that's right. Read it up, flight.
CB, essential instrumentation power, main B. Over. And it's closed.
Okay, I just can't. Right, I just can't read my writing. Essential instrumentation power, main feed closed.
That's affirmative.
Flight guide.
Go, guide.
Did he get an answer to the Verb 49 with the step pad? He can do that.
Ken, I don't know. I was listening to the last query here.
No problem
on the
with
checklist.
doing that.
What was he asking to do?
You want to know if he could load up Verb 49 with these attitudes on here and do an auto maneuver to the SEP attitude instead of manually doing it.
Those are gimbal angles, right?
That's affirmative. In this case, they're identical. FEAI and gimbal are the same.
Okay.
Flight Capcom?
Go, Capcom.
Copy that, but the word I have is that you cannot do that because those are FEAI angles, right?
No, what he's saying is that in this particular case, both gimbal and FDAI are the same, right, guide?
He asked for
Nice clouds.
attitude on his
I mean, look, that's affirmed. He's talking about the lens jet maneuver.
Well,
cannot
it's
do that.
an
No, you
appropriate
cannot do it
amount
on
of
land
clouds,
jet because,
allowing us to
yeah,
see the
FAA
landscape while still being there to add color.
You can do it on SM7, but not on lens jet. That query is Houston.
Well, that river is the Mississippi River, and that is the border between Arkansas and Mississippi.
49 maneuver to the lens jettison attitude.
Not the tiny one, obviously, the big one.
Those are FEAI angles we gave you. They don't correspond
The big
to
river.
gimbal angles for the load. It'll have to be a manual maneuver.
Okay.
And mind out for gimbal lock.
Oh, we don't want to climb at that rate at this height.
We will.
Well, I mean, it would probably have a lot of sediment anyway. After all, it's always deposited all of that in the delta, since it constantly builds up the delta. Always new land being formed by all the stuff carried by the Mississippi. It actually looks a lot cleaner here than it probably does in real life. I think one difference between Flight Sim 2020 and Flight Sim 2024 is that they have added different colors to the rivers. They're not like perfectly blue. I think in Flight Sim 2020 they were more constantly bluish.
Flight Capcom.
Go, Capcom.
I've got a question. I'm looking at the CM procedures where he gets to RCS preheat, and according to the checklist, if his temps are below 3.9 volts, he'll just press on with the preheat. Is that okay in his present power configuration, getting LEM power?
That's firm for him. He'll have main LEM power on main B and he'll have battery C on main A. So he'll heat both rings if he wants to.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
Watery chocolate milk sounds delightful. I mean, hot cocoa, right? I mean, there's forms of hot cocoa that are like that, but I don't think it much looks like them either.
Okay, kicking around here with my guys about this procedure for service module jets, and it was our understanding this would be performed with the LEM and AGS by team, but I've been hearing some discussions about doing it in team.
No, I think he was just talking about maneuvering the attitude.
Okay, if that's okay, because we were getting into a problem playing with the DAP and putting stuff in it.
That's affirmative.
Okay.
So my planning will be based on doing it with AGS then. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll move her into altitude, maneuver into altitude with pings, and then guide and select tags for the maneuver.
Okay, then what about after jettison, though? Are we still, if we're going to go back to pings, we still got to do this playing around with the depth to get all the right numbers in it.
Well, what do you mean playing around?
Well, we got to go in and set it up a 5-degree, force a 5-degree deadband, and put a faked out command module weight into it. We got a procedure here from MIT.
Oh, look at all the changes, of course, the Mississippi has had.
I don't see any reason.
Landscape still has remnants of every meander that it's done.
Makes it a lot cleaner. Right. Well, you're going to be wanting to
See all the little spurs.
That hold for the rim jet anyway. That's right. Okay.
1 hour,
Ways out.
14 minutes from this time.
Go, Capcom.
30 minutes after the mid-course, 4.5 hours prior to time of entry interface.
Oh, this is what a meandering river does. Does all these curves. Eventually it changes course.
On this backup data, we generally hold it down at the gyro console until we need it.
Okay. Sure we got it. About one half foot per second. Swigert then activates the pyros with a switch in the command module. After separation, Apollo 13 will back off with the lunar module reaction control system at 1/2 foot per second, providing a separation delta velocity of 1 foot per second. All 3 crewmen will be trying to take pictures of the service module at that time. Swigert out of window number 5 command module. Lovell and Hayes out of the lunar module. For the separation, Apollo 13 will pitch about 90 degrees along the radial axis. That would be 90 degrees off the flight path angle. And at time of entry interface or entry into the Earth's atmosphere, command module and service module should be more than 16,000 feet apart. We're at 136 hours, 28 minutes into the flight. We show...
I mean, the Mississippi really just makes a mess. It's a very messy river.
Velocity of 9,312 feet per second. This is Apollo Control, Houston.
Okay, we should jump ahead a little bit more now. There's a Kerwin teases Lovell bit.
Might make a note here for the RCS burning should be in P41 here. Ice P40.
Not much of a tease, but anyway.
Flight completed.
Go procedures.
Aquarius, Houston. Aquarius, Houston.
Go ahead. Roger, reminder P41 for the RCS burn. Thanks for keeping us honest.
We got to protect our jobs, Jim.
We've been dipping it so long here.
Yeah.
Apollo Control, Houston, 136 hours, 47 minutes. Flight control team here, mission control.
I mean, that in front of us is still not another river per se. It's still leftovers from the Mississippi. It's still like that.
Into program 40, which is the thrusting program for the descent propulsion system. Then came the reminder to go to program 41, reaction control system, mid-course burn. We show that we're 51 minutes, 50 seconds from time of ignition. With Apollo 13 at distance of 42,599 nautical miles over the Earth, with a velocity of 90.
Okay, well, it's really soft on the audio. Jumping ahead to the last course correction.
Less than 2 minutes away now from scheduled time of ignition. We're at 137 hours, 38 minutes in the flight.
There's just an RCS burn.
Guidance, are you happy and figured down for the burn?
Okay, Fred, we did tell you to do that a while ago, and it doesn't matter. You're looking good.
About 2
Okay.
hours to Cape Canaveral.
Okay.
Okay, flight, got 470 up. Get ready.
1 minute away now.
1 minute to go. Into 0, and we're about 7.9 in roll.
Sounds like you're happy. Seconds. Raj.
Average speed is on flight.
Raj.
Ten seconds away now.
Okay, it looks like we had a minus 0.2 bias, 470. We're burning.
Copy that, Fred. We're burning. Raj.
Fred Hayes reporting that the burn is underway.
Raj.
We're at 137 hours, 40 minutes into the flight.
Still looking okay. Raj. Translation out. Good show, Aquarius.
Wave shut down.
We're tweaking now, Joe.
Roger. Flight Fido. No trim, no nothing. He's good right where he is. Capcom is good right where he is.
Where are you, Houston? You're good right where you are.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, if you're happy, can we maneuver to service module step attitude now?
We're happy flight here. Raj.
That's affirmative, Aquarius.
That was Fred Hayes requesting
Okay, let's watch
the
maneuver to service
13
module.
maneuver
step
to
out.
service module separation attitude
Roger, flight.
following this this burn, which looked right on the money. We're at 137 hours,
And I'm
41
picking up
minutes.
to the proper attitude.
Okay, we're looking at it.
And it's again necessary to use the DTCA to pitch.
Okay, affirmative.
For the service module separation, Apollo 13 will pitch about 90 degrees along the radial axis. That's 90 degrees off the flight path angle.
Well, that's the limit of the
We show
Mississippi's
13 at the
meanders.
present time at a distance of 37,581 nautical miles away with a velocity of 10,138 feet per second. We're now at 137 hours, 42 minutes into the mission. This is Apollo Control, Houston.
Flight retro? No retro? No, we still haven't got that empty stand on board. Okay. Okay.
Flight guide.
Go guidance.
Yeah, we terminate the program on board. These guys still sitting in there.
You want them to terminate P41?
That's affirmative. Flight.
Capcom, let them terminate program 41.
Aquarius, Houston.
Go ahead, Houston.
Okay, recommend you terminate P41.
Okay.
Okay, all flight controllers, we're moving to the service module separation altitude. Next event's going to be the CSM hot fire.
Nope, it's gone quiet again. Let me jump a bit. Let's get to service module jettison.
He's going to be staying in Kings at info. He did go to Energy Hope for some reason.
No, I think he's probably gone into Ags here because he's zeroing out the...
Well, he's supposed to monitor the maneuver.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is we may want to go ahead with this view weight in and the zap mode the thing.
Why don't we just recommend he uses Ags for the separation here?
I think he got two flighted. That's the one that's got the address up right now. He's called it right. Said it.
Capcom, tell him we'd recommend Ags for the separation here because we'd like to get the DAP weights in properly prior to using paint.
Roger that. Aquarius, Houston.
Go ahead.
Roger, we recommend that you use the Ags for the separation maneuver because we'd like to get the proper weight in for the DAP before we use the paint.
Okay.
Go ahead.
47 to monitor.
Roger, we will.
Roger.
Separation. Stand by.
Let me know when you
Apollo
see the
Control,
translation.
Houston, 138 hours,
Roger,
1 minute
getting
into
ready.
flight. As you heard earlier, Joe Kerwin told Apollo 13 that they could separate at their convenience. That followed the time identified by Jim Lovell, which would be some 2 minutes after what we had earlier carried on the ground. We now show Apollo 13 at a distance of 35,729 nautical miles away from Earth, traveling at a speed of 10,400 feet per second. At 138 hours, 2 minutes into the flight,
Okay,
this
we
is
doing
Apollo
thrust?
Control, Houston.
Okay. Thrust off. Panosec.
No, Atlantis. I can do a space shuttle launch. I can do an SLS launch. I can do a Saturn V launch. But that's because I've got special scenery for Cape Canaveral.
Copy that.
I cannot do a Buran launch. But a space shuttle launch is close enough, right?
How's it
We
looking?
copied
Control?
that report from Jim Lovell of service module separation at
Oh, we're running about
138
34,
hours,
like about 2 or 3%.
2 minutes, 8 seconds.
Okay, that's what I do. Let's watch it real close on this photo.
Definitely,
It'll warm back up.
it's even better than a Buran launch.
And as you heard, that was ahead of schedule.
How are you looking at that?
We presently show Apollo 13 at 35,611 nautical miles away.
Oh, we got a problem? Yeah, he's going on forward on the top one. Right. How's he looking? Control? Sitting ready data right now. Right. Guidance from flight, I'd like to confirm that you want to go back to the...
Jack.
You want to go back to the separation attitude and hold that attitude until we get into our alignment procedure, correct, Mike? Roger, Capcom recommend terminate average. Flight control. Go control.
They're coming up before too long on the RCS caution light, which comes on at 1700 PSI on our helium.
Roger.
Monitor them.
Capcom, you might advise the crew they'll be coming up on an RCS helium caution line.
It'll be a little while, but this won't be too long.
Okay, Aquarius Houston, recommend you terminate average G. Over.
Okay, I've got her, Houston.
Beautiful, beautiful. And for your information, Jim, you'll be coming up on an RCS caution light for helium. No sweat, over.
And there's one whole side of that spacecraft missing.
Is that right?
Right by the, look out there, would you? Right by the high gain antenna, the whole panel is blown out, almost from the base to the engine.
Copy that.
How you doing in RCS air control? I see it's coming down.
Coming down. We're going to let it go just a little bit longer.
Yeah, it looks like it got to the SPS.
Looks like he's got the data he needs.
Okay, if he's through with the photos, we can
Getting the
stabilize right
SPS
here.
engine bell, huh?
Capcom,
Wait, look.
He's stabilized now, it looks like.
Dark
Fine.
brown.
okay.
Go white.
Really a mess.
You heard that
What
report
Capcom,
from
what did you have?
Jim Lovell as
Roger, I'd like to recommend conserving RCS usage for these photos now. Roger.
Okay, Jim, we'd like you to get some pictures, but we want you to conserve RCS. Don't make unnecessary maneuvers. And Jim Houston in particular, of course, we don't want any translation maneuvers.
Right on. Now, Joe, you realize that when I went up to the SM step attitude, I had to use CPCA to do it.
Oh, that's a firm. We know that. That's okay.
Fred Hayes followed Jim's remark with a comment that it got through the service propulsion system bell too, that it was really a mess. We're at 138 hours, 7 minutes into the flight. Apollo 13 now 35,200 nautical miles.
our windows now, Houston.
Okay. Stable down there, CS air control? Yes, sir. Okay.
Oh, they've gone quiet again. Well, but they're still trying to show the service module there.
Okay, Joe, I'm now looking down the SPS bell, and it looks okay on the inside. Maybe this is just straight.
Okay, copy that, Fred.
I've heard of the Pauls.
On the outside or just nicked or what?
Do you only know bad YouTubers?
And changes. I don't know whether it did any actual information or not.
Okay.
Yeah, there's occasional video feeds. They're trying to show whatchamacallit, mission control, what the service module looks like. They're also taking photos. The photos are better than the video, because it's hard for them to aim at the service module. They have to wait for the service module to come by a window, basically.
Man, that's unbelievable.
They can see the service module sometimes that we can't.
Econ flight. Go flight. I think it'd be worthwhile checking to make sure that the pyro arm and logic is safe.
No, not really, Atlantis.
We can check that flight.
Yeah, and Joe, it looks like a lot of debris is just hanging out to the side near the S-band antenna.
Roger, Jim.
Come on, get that camera aimed right. Gosh. Well, there's a bunch of clouds in front there, but not the ones you were looking at. Oh, this is pretty clear, yeah.
Go flight. When I get a chance back on the command module, we'd like a battery C and main A voltage, please. Main bus A voltage. Battery C current. Battery C current. Copy that.
Well, there's recorded video here.
Aquarius, Houston.
Go ahead.
I know you're busy, but when Jack gets a chance, we'd like bat C current and main A voltage in the command module.
I guess maybe they weren't transmitting back for power reasons. Maybe. I don't know. They got a digital M anyway, so. They've ditched the service module, but the lunar module is still attached to the command module right now.
Flight network. Go network. We could stand a 2-minute data loss. I'd like to have both CPs recycle. Say again, you just had a 2-minute data loss? Negative. I said if we could stand the 2-minute data loss, I'd like to have both CPs recycled. Raj, tell him you're on control. Could you stand a bit of a data loss here? Affirmative. How about you, guidance? Guidance?
Go ahead, Mike.
Raj, clear me for a CP recycle.
That's affirmative.
Okay, go ahead. Network right.
Houston, Aquarius.
Go ahead, Aquarius.
Okay, I pitched up to about 180 degrees now, and do you want me to go to the left step attitude for his alignment?
Stand by on that, Jim.
Negative flank.
That was service model separation out of it.
Right, it's the same except it's flank, right?
It's 91 degrees pitch.
Okay, it's the SM step attitude. Aquarius, Houston.
Go ahead.
Roger, we want you to go to the service module step attitude.
Okay.
And Jim, when you have leisure to copy, I have your...
I'm over
Mount 46
Mississippi,
and Mount 47.
approaching
Yeah,
Alabama.
hold on.
We're just about to
Hold on,
cross
I'm
the
moving
border.
Data back. Okay, we.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Mount 46, 31021. Mount 47, plus 25248, and plus 0.
I think roughly where that road is the border.
Over.
All right, you're 31021 plus 25248 plus 09050.
That's correct.
That road is just past the border between the two states. Looks like a border, but that road is just past the border. It's a border-hugging road. Alabama 17. At least around here, it's close to the border. Have I talked to AI characters? Yes. I've tested various AI by having them roleplay characters, yes.
Now, Houston, do you still think that Ags is going to be less expensive than Big Pulse?
Affirmative. That's affirmative.
In fact, one recent thing I did with ChatGPT is I fed it the information for particular characters so that it could create a speech in that character's voice. I even posted that speech on the Discord. Sheebs heard that one.
Or CSM step attitude.
Of course, the voice was not ChatGPT. The words, which were mildly edited by me, were ChatGPT. It was slightly inconsistent, so I had to fix that. But yes, I wanted the AIs to be able to play different characters so that I could make a game where you could interact with various characters, and I could just tell them
138 hours,
a little unreal. Yeah. When we tried to tell it to be humorous, that didn't work very well. I didn't use the humorous version. I went without the humorous version. But what I wanted was an AI that could play different characters, and then you could interact with characters in a game in a dynamic way, instead of it all being scripted. But so far I've never been satisfied with any AI in terms of being able to do that, because the AI has to also be able to run on a person's computer. So it has to be a small AI, not like ChatGPT, and it has to be able to handle that. So far that has not been possible.
Jack's on the line, and he says he can't get the computer to go into standby.
Okay, have him tell us what he looks at.
Otherwise, if you have to use ChatGPT or something like that to run the AI characters, then
the standby light.
you have to pay for it for each I mean, I only have the free ChatGPT, but in principle, people would either have to pay for it or it'd be limited in terms of number of generations it can make.
Enter, I don't get the 3 ball 62 displayed like I was supposed to.
Copy, guys. Stand by.
Okay, go ahead.
And this occurs on both discs.
Okay, understand. We're thinking about
Flight
it.
guys. Go, guys. We'd like, we want him to reselect 06.
But yes, I'm always assessing AIs to see how realistic they can interact, and none of them are particularly good. As Sheep said, one was instructed to be somewhat humorous, and that failed miserably.
Okay.
Anime characters, well, they're mostly two-dimensional anyway, so it's not a big deal to get them to... they're completely two-dimensional, it's fine, yeah. Certainly the ones you're used to.
Continuing with those present in the control center now, Representative Jerry Pettis of California, General Phillips, who was previously the Apollo Program Director, George Miller, also a NASA alumni, formerly Associate Administrator for Manned Spaceflight. Dave Scott, Rusty Schweikert are among the astronauts in the viewing room at the present time, along with Buzz Aldrin. Dr. Eberhard Rees, Director of the Marshall Space Flight Center, is in
But
the
yes,
viewing room,
I've
as is
tried
Bill
out
Myers,
various characters, lots and lots of
Associate
characters,
Administrator for
very
Manned
briefly.
Spaceflight at present.
It doesn't take me very long to figure out that they're not going to be good enough, so...
Director of Launch Operations at Kennedy Space Center. Dr. Kurt
That
Davis,
model
Director
is
of
not
the
going to work
Kennedy
out,
Space Center,
and
is in the
then
viewing
I
room,
just move on.
as is Lou Evans, President of Grumman.
Okay, yes, I'm off back on the service module step attitude.
Sometimes it takes longer than other times, but
Looks good.
I'd say that it's possible to get it to remain consistent and good for a short dialogue, but not very long.
Because I think you saw it first in the left.
Even ChatGPT, or even one of those big ones.
And whenever you get cleaned up, we got the entry pad and the landing area something for you.
How's he doing on the computer, Capcom?
No further word yet, Jack. Just see him working on it.
Okay.
Okay, advance this, Jack.
Go ahead.
Okay, during a burp 37 enters
1 hour and
06
16
does bring
minutes
up the
left.
3 ball 62 display.
I guess it's a little bit crowded for the map there.
On either disk key, and a burp 33 doesn't work either.
Stand by, flight master.
That's still just a flashing 1525 with the code 00062.
Okay, copy that, Jack. Stand by one.
Needless to say, all of the distinguished visitors in the control center were most interested in the report from Apollo 13 of the service module condition. As the 13 crew moved away following the jettison.
Jack Houston, how long did you hold proceed before you quit on it?
Flight guide. Go guidance. Next recommendation is to do the pro key again.
Well, it was
just hold it
varying
down for
lengths,
an extended period of time and see if it
Is this supposed to be a long time
10 to
proceed?
15 to 20 seconds.
We think it may be, Jack. We think it may be 15 to 20 seconds. And our recommendation is that you pro and hold it down for a good period of time, probably half a minute or more, and see if the disky blanks.
Okay, all right. I didn't hold it in that long. Maybe 2 or 3 seconds is the longest I held. Okay, inward.
Hold down, proceed longer. Of course, I've had to deal with the computer in re-entry, and yeah, Pressing proceed is always a thing, but I've sure never had to hold it for 15-20 seconds. I wonder if they simulate that now.
Flight GNC. Go GNC.
Do you have any reason why he's doing that now instead of waiting till the timeline to call out on it?
I don't know, we'll, I guess, re-advise him of the timeline there.
Okay, the reason we put it in at the time it was is because of some concern.
Okay, Jack just came down the tunnel again and said the computer's okay.
Okay, good to hear it. Copy the computer's okay. And did you ever get that VATC main
Why
A
don't
reading
you
for us?
re-verify the number you're using?
I did. The heat of the battle, I forgot to give it to you. I guess stand by.
Okay.
VAT C current was 2 amps and VAT A voltage 30.2.
Copy, 2 amps, 30.2.
Sounds good, flight. 30.2.
And that sounds good to us, Jim.
Capcom from flight.
Go flight.
Might be worthwhile telling him to hold off on any further CSM activation items until 2:30 here.
Will
Flight
do.
ecom. Go ecom.
Also verify that power and logic safe.
Raj, also verify pyros and logic safe.
Roger. Aquarius, Houston.
Go ahead.
Okay, we'd like to have Jack verify that the pyros and logic are safe, and we'd like to remind him to do no further power up of the CSM until EI minus 2 plus 30.
Okay,
Roger,
they really
Henry,
get rid of the
Pilot,
service
stand
module quite
by,
early.
standing by for 2:30.
Okay, real good.
I guess there's no reason not to.
FD, you want to take it a minute?
Alright, well, I'm gonna get back to when they are doing stuff, so let's jump to when they're doing that. They're gonna start powering up the command module here.
When you say flight.
Yeah, go ahead.
Aquarius, Houston.
Go ahead.
Okay, your go to start powering up the command module.
No, there are some it depends
Right
on your
now,
angle,
right
but
now.
they are in the Van Allen belts now. But it depends on the exact approach, so maybe not. But yes, they're below geostationary orbit and coming in fast. It's not long now, but it's long enough. I know when they're gonna get back, so I know I have to skip a bit in order to make sure that we have re-entry during this flight.
Okay, telling you, looks like they killed the CSM power there. How you doing?
We're doing okay. Battery 1 off.
Roger.
Five off.
Roger.
Okay, Houston, you're looking at it?
Two is off. Okay, Roger, stand by. Two is left tap. They're good at configuration look good?
Roger, you want them to continue?
Continue. Okay, press on. Press.
Okay.
Alright, cruise back
Oh no, I was looking at the nautical miles as well. It's actually still above geostationary orbit, right? It's 40,000 kilometers, not 21,000.
Right.
I made that mistake too. Darn nautical miles.
Okay, that's it, Joe.
Okay, real good.
I thought you said it was a later shuttle mission that was the last to utilize Bermuda. And what does fully utilize mean? Is that a catch? Semi. Well, picky. If it uses Bermuda at all, it's still using Bermuda. That's a lot of clouds we've got now. We're really getting close to Florida. You can tell. Okay, skipping ahead further. I think there's little bits of video maybe.
Do we have any comm recommendations for the CM?
I'm standing by for Echo, Capcom. Should be shortly. Flight network? Roger, we're seeing data. Good.
Flight info, as soon as I can verify power amp on here, I'll get the high bit rate.
Okay.
Flight we got a blast today, it looks good.
Right.
Main bus 29 volts.
Right. Flight GNC. Go GNC.
The MRCS looks good.
Right. Final. Go final. CSM tracking data looks good. Raj.
Apollo Control Houston, now at 140 hours, 21 minutes now into the
Raj.
flight. We're receiving command module tracking data now, and the data is looking
Let me
good.
know when you get a high bit rate info.
Go ahead. Just to inform you, we've got data from Odyssey, and it looks good.
Relay on ground track is
Hey, great.
okay by me. Only it was the last one that
However,
used it
looking over some
for
of the command
comm.
module
So
displays, it appears
Aquarius Odyssey is trying to call. Can you read him?
Negative,
If you say
don't read
so.
Odyssey yet. If he got his,
fortunately, I don't have to worry too much about that,
I'll double check.
or at all, actually.
They're hearing you.
okay, good deal. I don't hear him yet.
it appears to be a little chilly inside the command module cabin at the present time. We
Are
have
you
a
ready
reading of
for
38
your memory
degrees.
dump for
We just
74?
lost, we have static data.
Roger. I have to stand by for a bit, Capcom.
Stand by for just 1 minute, Jim.
You got a high bit rate? Yep. Info?
Well, they'll have some little clips of people, but it's probably not the most critical thing. We have 1 hour and 8 minutes.
I have an RCS flight here.
Roger, fine. Yeah, that's the one that we told them about, Capcom.
Say again?
That's the one we told them about earlier.
Got it, Atlantis, got it.
Okay, Jim, that's the one we warned you about some time ago. Low helium, no sweat.
Oh, okay.
Marking on the second storm.
So was 89 the first that rolled heads up, or which one was the first that rolled heads up?
good, starring good. Almost zero. How about that, baby?
Well, maneuvering, Houston.
Roger that. Copy your maneuver to the limb jet attitude. Is that right?
That's the first. Want to be to torque those gimbals.
Second.
Torque them, babe.
Roger. Capcom.
There it is. Okay, I have the start check.
Okay.
140, 53, 08.
Inco, you want to verify secondary power amplifier now, right?
Okay, Odyssey, you're suddenly ahead of
He's
the
going to be
timeline.
maneuvering here shortly. Do you want to wait until he has maneuvered, see if it helps, Jenny?
Yeah, let's do that flight.
Okay.
Flight and go Omni Baker on the CSM.
Omni Baker, CSM, Capcom.
Odyssey Houston, request Omni Bravo.
'87. Oh, okay.
I am Omni Bravo, sir.
Okay.
Well, I would assume all the rest would. Yeah.
Flight time.
Go ahead.
We got one complete pass to the EMOD at Canaveral.
Okay, Houston to check the star,
Looks
check
like we're
pass.
okay there.
Okay.
Say again, Jack.
We're still over central
I did a
Alabama
star
here.
check and it passes. It put the star right in the cylinder.
Good enough. You can press on in the checklist, Jack.
Flight control, he's coming up on gimbal lock. Liam, Capcom, he's
Find
coming
out
up
a limb
on left
gimbal lock,
lock.
Jim.
If command module gimbal lock, I'm worried about.
Okay.
What you can do, buddy, you can go to Ag. If you want him to go to the jettison attitude, he's still in pain.
Apollo Control Houston,
What you wanna
140
do?
hours, 55 minutes
It's going
into
to
the
be good
flight.
in Ags anyway.
That star check
Ag
report
Zapple,
confirms proper alignment
What's the
of the
recommendation?
command
Capcom, what
module.
do we recommend he goes to Ags because he's going to have to configure there for
We're
jet
45
anyway.
minutes away now
And
from
it's Ag
scheduled
fault,
time of limb jettison.
Aquarius Houston.
Go ahead.
Roger, if you
How's your
prefer,
RCS coming,
we'd be
control?
inclined to recommend that you go to Eggs for the maneuver because you'll have to be there later on anyway.
Okay.
And Eggs Pulse is the recommendation.
We're having trouble maneuvering, Joe, without getting him in gimbal lock.
Okay,
You picked a lousy attitude to separate.
well, we apologize.
For an Ag fault now, flight. Roger.
Just take your time, Jim. We've got time now.
Okay.
Flight and go.
Go ahead, Inco.
Power amp looks good.
Got better. I'd say that this cloud covers a bit. Well, I mean, it's not bad over on this side. I want to see the ground occasionally. Not so much here, but eventually.
How are you looking, control? Looking okay, flight?
Houston, why can't I stay in ping that hold for the lamb attitude hold?
Stand by on it.
How about you, control? Is he talking at for jettison?
Yes.
Yes, I would assume so. That's fine with me. Was the checklist
2001
set up for,
early, there was a Bermudan manager for tracking. I don't know what you mean exactly, but
we got a narrow deadband
that sentence.
right now, 1.43.
Okay, but
Is he talking about
there was
the, maneuver
a
now?
manager
Is he
for a
talking
tracking
about
station in early
I'm talking
2001.
about
All right.
Set for the jettison.
Honestly, not critical to me. As far as my own purposes are concerned,
Flight control?
covering the
Well,
shuttle
we
missions,
set
I'm
up
probably
for
never
Ag.
going to talk about
I
the
still think we
ground
ought to stay in
stations.
Ag because we got, proper
And
deadband
for
and
my
everything.
futuristic
I don't think we have to
stuff,
worry
I
about
get to just make it up.
technical problem in this, right?
So.
Good night.
Aquarius Houston, over.
Second thing's the info.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Our recommendation is that you stay in AGS for the LEM jet, simply because we've thought it through. We got
What
the
we
right
need
jet
to
base
do
all
is
set up.
come up with which are the ground stations
Okay.
around Mars
It's a lot easier for me to maneuver in things, Joe, than it is in ag.
or the
You
moon.
can maneuver in things. You can maneuver in
You
things.
can maneuver in things, Jim. I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about the hold and the LEM jet afterward. You can maneuver
Who
in
wants to
things if you want
decide where the ground stations are for the moon and Mars, huh? Where are our big
Apollo control, 140 hours, 58
equivalents
minutes.
of
Apollo
the
13 now 15,786
whatchamacallit network,
nautical miles away.
Deep Space Network?
Velocity now reading
Presumably
15,000.
that the moon and Mars would have to have big dishes and stuff like that too.
Sam, how's he doing in gimbal lock there, control?
Ground stations.
Capcom is approaching gimbal lock and the things again. The LEM.
to. Roger that.
I don't know.
stay
I
out
don't
of
think you
gimbal
know
lock
what
and then
AI is.
45 degrees,
He's going away now, Mike. Okay.
is it critical?
No. Baran was not, in fact, an
Yeah,
anime
flight
character
matter.
you can talk to. I know that might be in your headcanon, but that's not what Baran was.
Flight Echo.
Go ahead, Echo.
Charlie, Capcom has passed it up.
Omni Charlie, Capcom.
Odyssey Houston, request Omni Charlie.
Okay, going on.
The Soviets weren't allowed anime because it was capitalist, remember?
Okay, good.
Guidance, how close are we to jettison attitude here?
They're getting ready to get rid of the LEM, of course.
Flight control. Tow control. The impulse mode he has set up is using all the propellant out of system B, and we're getting kind of low on that. What do you want to do? And recommend they change the DAP mode to 30021 so the system may for minimum number 30021. Capcom DAP load in the LGC.
Roger, that's Verb 46.
That's
48.
48.
Roger. Aquarius Houston.
Go ahead.
Okay, Jim, the particular DAP configuration we have set up now is using more fuel than we'd like out of System B. We'd like you to reconfigure the DAP to 30021, over.
Very good way. And he's got it. Mike, thanks.
Thank you.
Flight GNC, code GNC.
Two things. One, we get him to turn off optics power when he doesn't need the optics. And
Okay.
secondly, we'll be able to get the RCS temp readout.
Okay. Optics power off. And you want RCS ring 1 and 2 temps, right?
I got optics power off, and what was the other flight?
RCS 1 and 2 injector temps.
Check the RCS ring 1 and 2 temps, right?
That's right.
Odyssey Houston.
Go ahead.
We'd like to have you turn the optics power off until you need them again, and we'd like to have you check the RCS ring 1 and 2 temps for us, over.
Optics power going off.
Okay.
Okay, Joe, ring 1 is 50, ring 2 is
Ring 1, 50 copied. What was the other?
42.
Got it. Thank you.
What did you say ring 2 was?
Okay, Houston, Aquarius, I'm at the left step attitude, and I'm planning on feeling out.
Stand by 1.
Okay. Can't think of a better idea, Jim.
I will go to Ags at hold if you want me to.
You're cleared
We
for
recommend
Axon hold
stand by
now.
one flight.
Stand by, Capcom.
Go ahead, flight.
You want to go to Axon hold now?
Affirmative, wide deadband.
Okay.
She's in mid deadband now, we need wide.
Wide.
Okay, Aquarius Houston in Ags at hold. We recommend wide deadband, over.
She's got it.
Okay.
Hop in back, deadband.
Roger.
Okay, how's your RCS looking now for jettison control?
Looks much better now, flight.
Okay, you seeing much of a duty cycle now?
Negative. Pretty
Okay.
stable. Flight control from flight. Those were
Whatever
electric
floats your
temps,
boat,
right?
Atlantis.
Say again?
GNC, those were injector temps, right? You wanted thruster temps, yes. Okay.
Aquarius Houston, don't...
Capcom from flight.
Go flight.
Temps we wanted there were the injector temperature.
Takes a bit of time for the colors here to actually
The
update
systems test meter?
That's affirmative.
since the last time I looked at it.
Odyssey
Ah,
Houston.
well, pink exhaust is a happy
Okay,
exhaust, I
our
suppose.
troops would like to have you go to the systems test meter and read out the injector temps on RCS for us.
Okay. Okay, in work.
Okay, moving about 18 minutes ahead to where they jettisoned the LEM.
I think the checklist shows the GDC aligned. Being that the limit is
Houston,
not in the
we'll
correct
punch off
attitude, nor is
at
the command line.
141 plus
Stand by.
30.
Okay,
Dave,
Jack should not do a GDC aligned to those gimbal angles that we sent him.
You do that. Maybe you can reignite Jupiter, or I say reignite, ignite Jupiter and turn it into a proper sun. That would be nice.
That was Jack Swigert indicating that they plan to jettison the lunar module in
Capcom from flight.
about 3 minutes from this
Go
time.
flight.
Further GDC align. Do you expect I'll be aligning to the gimbal angles we gave them on the LEM jettison pad?
Negative flight.
I didn't think so.
That's good flight. They're okay to GDC aligned to the IMU.
Roger.
Flight being.
GNC, go ahead.
Your VMAX look good.
Okay.
Apollo Control Houston, 141 hours and 28 minutes into the flight. Apollo 13 now 11,590 nautical miles away from Earth. For re-entry, the three crewmen will be traveling in a shirt sleeve environment, not in their space suits.
Shortly here we'll
We're standing by now for reports of jettison of the lunar module. At 141 hours, 28 minutes. This is
Nuke
Apollo
Saturn?
Control
Well,
Houston.
Saturn's not big enough to, even Jupiter's not big enough to sustain fusion anyway.
What do you want, logics on?
Odyssey Houston, we can give you one if you'll put the
That's
logic
just
on
a
for us
plot from
momentarily.
2010.
Odyssey Houston, we can give you a go if you'll put the logic.
Basically,
on
nothing's gonna
momentarily.
happen,
The logic are on, we're
Atlantis.
Okay, the next logic is on.
good. Okay,
Capcom,
just
we're
copy
go for
that.
Saturn will be
You are
mildly
go for
amused,
fire
I'm
one.
sure.
Real fine.
Okay, everybody stand by for LEM final set.
To compact Jupiter, yes, yes. So a nuke won't do that, unfortunately, or fortunately, either way you look at it.
Power info off. Mark.
You got it that time, baby.
Torsion radius of Jupiter. Well,
Okay.
that's easy to find.
Tom, you confirm final set?
I know Earth is 1 centimeter and the Sun is 2 kilometers, so it's somewhere in between those.
Okay.
It's too short for us to see that thing.
Roger. Capcom says he's going at 30 anyway.
Dancing.
Five. Left, got it. Okay, copy that.
We got the events, Mike.
Farewell, Aquarius.
Oh no, it says. Okay, the AI for Google is
Looks great, Mike. Okay.
being stupid. Anyway, it's a good thing that I had in my head. Yeah, the Google AI actually for me says is approximately 2.8 kilometers or 2.8 meters depending on the source and calculation. Look, you can't be
That was your
kilometers or meters depending on the source or calculation. Use your head. Of course, I already knew that, you know, Earth is 1 centimeter and the Sun is 2 kilometers.
This is Apollo Control.
So
Houston,
I knew it had to be
140
between them,
hours,
so 2.8
31
kilometers
minutes
is
into
not
flight. We've
good,
entered module
but
Johnson.
this AI is not even that smart.
Got it back out now. Okay.
I mean, technically the AI should be able to calculate it itself, but it didn't manage to do that either. The calculation's actually pretty simple. But
For Apollo 13, the age of Aquarius
yes,
ended at,
2.82 meters is the
41
answer.
hours, 30 minutes, ground elapsed time.
Bit of a problem? Not, I mean, well, it'd be like the Sun had a partner. I mean, I don't think it'd be a huge problem. Our orbit would be quite different though.
How are you looking? You're there. Fine. Okay.
I don't know whether our orbit would be stable.
Omni Bravo, Capcom.
Odyssey,
I guess we'd have to figure that one out. Time to bring out Universe Sandbox.
Still killing you?
Yeah, we didn't lose the cabin.
Okay.
We did not lose the left cabin.
Roger, copy.
Yeah, that's what Universe Sandbox is for, to answer those questions. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've already done the if Jupiter was a star question, but anyway. It would be a little bit bigger than the Sun, yeah. 2.8 kilometers.
Flight. Go, GNC.
Like update to the pencil.
Okay. Have David guide. Okay, pass it on.
Pigeons orbit a bowling ball. Certainly.
Body camera power margin still looks good and going normal profile. Roger. Okay, should be coming up on EMS initialization shortly.
Okay, I'll jump a little bit.
That probably.
But he's got a preliminary pad, doesn't he?
Yeah, but we don't initialize to that. That's all I'm saying, Flight.
Okay, anyway, I was telling you.
Well, if you ask for an EMS go, say, wait till we get the pad for that stuff, I guess. When you're going to have it.
Odyssey, Houston.
Go ahead.
Okay, Jack, we'll have a pad for you in a few minutes. We're getting data now on the tracking, and although we suspect that changes from your preliminary pad will be very small, we recommend that you hold off on initializing the EMS until we get you the final pad.
Okay, will do. West Ohio, do you stand on your pad?
She's just eager to get to Cape Canaveral so that we don't have to hear any more of that sort of thing. 48 minutes. 262 nautical miles. Okay, jumping a little bit further. I'll get the bits where we have some video, even though it's probably just random video and mission control and such. Right now, in terms of the
Apollo Control, Houston, at 141
the Apollo
hours,
audio,
44
we
minutes,
can
now
just
to
run
mission.
from here. It's about 1 hour and 11
13
minutes
presently,
from
at a
them
distance of
recovering them from
8,102
the
nautical
spacecraft.
miles, from Earth, and with a velocity reading 18,952 feet per second.
You couldn't have picked a more interesting year, Atlantis?
Meanwhile, we have a listing of the crew members of the helicopters who will be airborne.
I am currently,
Predicted
well, I
landing.
was going
We
to say
read a,
Alabama, but let me just double
estimated
check. We're
time of
really
landing
close.
now, 1 hour
We're
and 10
actually
minutes.
cutting the corner of Georgia right now, and we'll be in Florida soon. So this is
Aboard Recovery 1, the pilot
just a
will be
tiny bit of
Commander
Georgia
Charles
that
B.
we're cutting.
Smiley,
It's
39
the
of
southwest
Oklahoma City,
corner of
Oklahoma.
Georgia.
Commander
And then
Smiley
we'll
is
be in
the
Florida.
HS-4 commanding officer and
Righto,
picked
how you
up
doing?
the Apollo 10
We're working on
astronauts.
a flight.
Co-pilot Lieutenant Junior Grade Dana G. McCarthy, 25 of Chatham, Massachusetts. First crewman Ralph G. Slider, 28 of
That's the
Maiden
recovery
City,
team
West
they're
Virginia.
talking about.
Second crewman Michael Long, that's Longe, 21 of Shelburne, Vermont. Swimmer aboard Lieutenant Junior Grade Ernest Lee Janke, 26 of Greenwich, Connecticut. Aboard Swim 1, pilot Lieutenant Commander Carl John Frank, 35, North Merrick, New York. Co-pilot Lieutenant Junior Grade Douglas Fillmore Hudson Jr., 24 of Barrington, Illinois. First crewman Robert Peterson, 23, Susanville, California. Second crewman Gary W. Nielsen, 21 of Delhi, Louisiana. Swimmer Stephen P. Jewett, 25 of Ontario, California. And second swimmer Robert J. Fanzelter, 19 of Burlington, Wisconsin. Fanzelter spelled P-F-A-N-Z-E-L-T-E-R. Third swimmer Luco Palma, first name L-U-C-O, Palma, 19 of Tewksbury, Massachusetts.
Odyssey, Houston, over.
Go ahead, Roger.
Okay, Jim, your cabin is looking real good. We recommend you turn the suit compressor to off now, over.
Going off.
Capcom, you can also tell them this power is looking real good too.
Say again, Blake.
You can tell them this power looks pretty good too.
Boy, it's nice and quiet in here.
Okay, real good. Incidentally, your power is looking real good also, Jim.
Thank you.
Flight retro. Retro. I got my entry pad, and we're a little shallower than what we predicted, but we're in good shape. Still
Okay.
vector up.
Aboard swim helicopter number 2, pilot Lieutenant Alan Leroy Wilhite, 27, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Co-pilot Lieutenant Junior Grade Vernon E. Wright, 27, Atlanta, Georgia. First crewman Raymond Lloyd Morrison, Lynchburg, Virginia. Second crewman John William Town, McCook, Nebraska. First swimmer Alan W. Starr,
Odyssey Houston, I have your final entry pad when you're ready.
Alan W. Starr of Jackpot, Nevada.
Okay, Houston, where's it coming?
Okay, mid-pack. 000 152 000 142 38 19er 178. And you recall that's GET moon set and moon check attitude. Now 61 minus 2166 minus 16537 052 36211 620 1119er7 36291 1424046 0030. The next four are N/A. D0 is 400 0220 0019er 0338 0759er. The rest of the pad is N/A for this one.
Lift up.
You are lift vector up at the very bottom. And the remarks all remain the same. If you want me to copy them, let me know. Otherwise, you can read back. Over.
Okay, entry pad as follows. Mid-pack 000 152 000 142 38 19 178 minus 2166 minus 16537 052 36211 620 11197 36291 1424046 0030. All the DLs are NA. DO is 400 0220 001 0338 0759. All the rest are NA except lift vector, which is up and the other one is that.
Okay, Jim, that's a tiny hair shallower than we had you before, but it's based on solid tracking, and it still is lift vector up, comfortable.
We never did bring that angle up, did we?
No, actually,
Guys,
we
how
didn't.
you doing in your loads?
We're staying in line with the set. We want to sure we got the right vector we want to put it in line. We have them ready to go. We'll be going in low bit rate, but it's solid at this time.
Roger.
Well, that downloaded Discord on in May 2015. I think there were other alternatives at that point. I don't think I had any purpose to using it. Okay, let me skip ahead. They're being quiet again.
We'd like for him to get the crew to read out their IP from the guidance system.
Roger.
Flight network.
Go network.
It's our understanding that with the configuration
At this
we'll
point,
have
I won't have to skip
blackout,
anymore,
we
I
will not
don't
be able
think.
to receive anything from Orion. We can talk to Orion, but we doubt that we'll receive anything.
Apollo Control, Houston, 142 hours, 22
Joe, how
minutes
far out
down to
did
the
you
mission.
go now?
Oh, on our plot board up here, we can't hardly see how far out you are.
Okay.
Flight ecom. Go ecom. Yeah, one note, bat speed will probably start to deplete around EI plus 10, which is about main shoot time.
I know all of us
And
here
we're not
want
gonna
to
pass
thank
that.
all you guys down there for the very
Okay.
fine job you did.
Verbo 6 down, 64 looks good, flight.
Confirm, Joe.
Tell you, we all had a good time doing it.
Good
Capcom,
time.
flight.
Go flight.
Just a note for them, it looks like our predictions are that battery C will deplete around main shoot time. Still got plenty in the NB.
We now show Apollo 13 at a distance of 2,581
Okay,
nautical miles.
Houston, just for your information, looks as though battery C will
That is the Gulf of Mexico over there.
expected got 20 amp hours in the batteries.
Flight final.
And we are
Final.
just crossing into
700 miles
Florida.
out. Roger. Or up, I should say.
Flight Echo.
Go and come.
We will have no S-band comm after blackout. The PNT is turned off. So the Orion, the recovery aircraft won't have any voice.
Okay. What you do is you...
The transponder is on, but the PNT is off. Showing up like family voice.
Decom flight.
Flight account, we can leave it on.
Yeah, why don't we? We now show a velocity of 27,553 feet per second at 142 hours, 24 minutes.
Checklist page 2-5, delete power PNP off.
Okay.
You want to delete power PNP off?
Yeah, that way we'll have voice post-blackout.
Okay, copy that.
Yep, Tom, check my look. Flight vital. Go ahead, contact. All right, sir. 1 minute to handover.
Okay.
Flight, the state still looks real good. Raj. Flight network. Go network. 30 seconds to site handover. Capcom, we're about 30 seconds to site handover. You may advise the
Odyssey
crew.
Houston, over. Odyssey Houston, over.
Apollo Control Houston at 142 hours, 25 minutes now in the mission.
Odyssey Houston, over.
Try again now, Capcom.
Odyssey Houston, over.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was going to tell you about that handover.
Hello, Darth.
But I was a little late on the ball.
Well, glad you
Since we're
enjoyed the
fat on
stuff.
power and we'd kind of like to have
We're
estimated with
watching the
after
very
blackout,
end of Apollo 13, the
we'd
Apollo
like you to
13 mission
delete
stuff from
step on
ApolloInRealtime.org
entry checklist
while I
page 2-5
am
after
heading
the
towards Cape
blackout that
Canaveral,
says
completing
power
my
PNP off,
circumnavigation
flight
with this
on.
plane.
Think of it, over.
Okay.
Okay.
We're now reading the onboard computer display, which shows a present velocity of 29,160 feet per second. This is what the crew is reading out. A range to go distance of 4,984 nautical miles. We're at 142 hours, 26 minutes into the flight. We show 14 and a half minutes from time of entry interface.
I'm mostly just listening into the Apollo 13 audio, so
Flight Echo.
What's our TML last time?
142.39.
Okay.
13 minutes now from predicted time of entry. The onboard computer shows a velocity of 30,113 feet per second. A range to go distance of
Flight, we look real good right here.
4,683 nautical miles. The retro fire officer has just reported to Flight Director Gene Kranz. We look real good here.
Telling you, we've lost the limb. You've lost the limb. Flight GNC. Go GNC. The last couple of biases we had looked real good, and the RCS uses.
Tell him you has just reported to Flight Director Gene Kranz that we have now lost tracking on lunar module Aquarius.
Negative. I doubt it. Negative, Capcom. Roger.
Minutes away now from time of entry interface. On board displays show a velocity of 31,141 feet per second, a range to go distance of 4,332 nautical miles. We're at 142 hours 30 minutes into the flight of Apollo 13.
How you looking, guidance? Looks okay. How about you, GNC? Looks good, flight. Econ, looks good, flight. Roger.
Odyssey, Houston, over.
Go ahead.
Okay, at 10 minutes to 400K. You're looking good. We're real happy with the trajectory, and a minute ago we just lost contact with your friend Aquarius.
Okay. Where did she go?
Oh, I know. She's up there somewhere.
Flight network. Go network. We'll get some limb data coming back in from Honeysuckle. How about that?
Hey, just as I said that, we got another burst of LEM data, so I guess it's still ticking.
Flight retro. No retro. Send him a letter after he does. Okay.
Minutes now from time of entry interface. The onboard computer now reading a velocity of 32,193 feet per second. A range to go distance of 3,919 nautical miles.
Flight retro. Nisky looks like it's doing the right things. Roger.
like Capcom understand I can tell him that his GNN looks good, right?
Yep, looking good here, Capcom.
Odyssey Houston, your Diskey is doing all the right things. Your GNN is go, over.
Okay, thank you.
You have a good bedside manner, Joe.
Say again, Jack.
You have a good bedside manner.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said.
Capcom Joe Kerwin, in addition to being an astronaut, is also a medical doctor.
Sure wish I could go to the Fido party tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild one.
Less than 7 minutes now from time of entry into the Earth's atmosphere. Onboard display now shows a velocity of 33,383 feet per second.
We'll cover for you guys, and if Jack's got any phone numbers he wants us to call, like pass them down.
Okay, everybody, about 5 minutes to LOS. Let's get a good look over the systems here.
Range to go now, 3,271 nautical miles. We're 6 minutes now from time of re-entry in the Earth's atmosphere.
Status recovery, my loop. So, hey, remind Ron that if he wants to talk to me on Roker 1 so I can hear him without getting up.
You're back, and you have chili dogs. Well, now you made me hungry. I have not had dinner yet.
Now for re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere.
Could do with some coffee too.
Now reading a velocity of 34,335 feet per second. Range to go
Well, you're basically on time.
21 nautical miles.
That's a moon track attitude, I think. Yeah. How about you, Ecom? Looks good here, Blake. Raj, how about you, guidance for Joe?
Flight Director Gene Kranz now going around the room, posting his flight control team as to status.
Odyssey Houston, over.
Go ahead.
Okay, we just had one last time around the room, and everybody says you're looking great.
Thank you.
4 minutes to go now for entry interface. Velocity now reading 34,802 feet per second. Range to go 2,625 nautical miles.
Yes, it's 6:22. Well, I mean, I've been flying, right?
Status recovery.
I did not take a dinner break in the middle.
Whenever Rescue 4 arrives, DOD is going to let you know.
All right, thank you.
They haven't got an arrival report on it.
I don't have an ETA on the hull either.
That's really important right now.
Right.
Flight data. Flight on.
Oh, you talk about the coffee.
Raj.
Well, if I wanted to get some more work done.
Still receiving onboard data. Still looking good. 3 minutes to go now from time of entry in the Earth's atmosphere. Onboard displays show a velocity of 35,245 feet per second. Range to go 2,301 nautical miles.
Capcom, you might as well bid them adieu here at LOS and tell them we'll be talking to them over the Orion next.
Flight Echo.
Go, Echo.
Yes, let's have them go on Army Charlie at entry attitude for the recovery force.
Omni Charlie at entry attitude.
Omni Charlie and entry attitude LOS at just about 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, about a minute, yeah.
Okay.
Odyssey Houston, over.
Go ahead.
Okay, LOS in a minute or a minute and a half. At entry attitude, we'd like Omni Charlie. And welcome home, over.
Thank you.
2 minutes to go till entry. Velocity now rating 35,646 feet per second. Range to go 1,961 nautical miles.
Flight network. Go network. And yourself will take final LOS on 11. Okay. Flight network, final LOS. LOS, on yourself.
Apollo Control Houston, we've just had loss of signal from Honeysuckle with Apollo 13. Our last velocity reading was 35,837 feet per second with a range to go of 1,791 nautical miles.
Roger, on flight, retro. Go retro. Okay, last data we got, we predicted 2139 south, 165.22 west. 165.
That is the city of Gainesville, I think.
Flight network. Go network. Flight LOS. That's blackout here. We should be go to via. Okay.
I'll be beginning the descent soon, as they are, of course. Well, they've been in descent the whole time.
Apollo 13 should have entered the Earth's atmosphere at this time. Moments ago we had a report from the retro fire officer that based on his data, predicted set of coordinates for splash of 21 degrees, 39 minutes south, 165 degrees, 22 minutes west. The period of blackout for the spacecraft
RET time
should have begun about 20 some odd seconds ago.
RET time. That's that entry time on the top clock. Roger. Flight network. Go network. All right, 2 set LOS. Roger.
Alright, there isn't actually an ILS at the shuttle landing facility, is there? Oh well.
Apollo Control Houston, Apollo 13 should be coming up on max G right now. Our last estimate for max G was 5.2 Gs.
5.2 Gs, there you go. Way less than I usually do.
Margin 20.
Okay, we're beginning descent.
We have about a minute and a half to go during this period of blackout. here in Mission Control. The scene from the recovery ship Iwo Jima has been flashed up on one of our large screens for all of the flight controllers to watch. We have about 1 minute to go now from
there's no
of the
civilian
blackout.
runway exactly at the Cape. There's a Space Coast Regional that's close to the Cape, but that's on the land side. I guess you must, beyond the pond in Titusville. But yeah, on the Cape itself, the shuttle landing facility, and then Cape Canaveral Space Force Station are all
About
they
30
have.
seconds to go for blackout.
Do they use the runway commercially? No. They do not use any runway commercially, but this Beechcraft Starship is being brought in so that it can be converted to NASA use. So that
the Araya aircraft.
it is a
Continue to monitor
NASA
this
spotting
Apollo
plane,
control unit.
as it should be. Very advanced plane they should do testing with.
Network, any reports of Araya acquisition yet? Not at this time, fine. Okay.
Apollo 13 should be out of blackout at this time. We're standing by for any reports of Araya acquisition.
Araya's the
Araya,
plane.
a C-135 type aircraft.
Network, no Araya contact yet? Not at this time, fine.
Coming up now,
Communications with
3
you,
minutes until time.
They're
of
all
drone
tense
deployment.
right now.
Standing by for any reports of acquisition.
Araya 4 is AOS flight. Raj.
We've had a report that Araya 4 aircraft has acquisition of signal.
A little breath of relief.
I'll let you try and give him a call. Just advise him standing by.
Odyssey Houston, standing by, over.
Okay, go.
Okay, we read you, Jack.
That was Jim Lovell responding with the OK Joe. Correction there, that was Command Module Pilot Jack Swigert.
We're looking at the weather on TV, and it looks just as advertised. We've said.
Less than 2 minutes now from time of drogue deployment.
Flight network. Go network. Araya reports is dropping in and out, but he's remoting at this time, and he's also transmitting, so it's kept
Less than a minute away now from time of drogue deployment.
Why don't we wait until after get our main? Okay.
Flight rig, some more rescue 4 reports S-band contact.
Raj.
less than 30 seconds away now from drogue deployment. The drogue deployment, these two chutes will provide braking and stabilization prior to main chute deployment. Standing by now for continuing to monitor.
Capcom, why don't you give them a call, see if they can give us the target latitude and longitude.
Odyssey Houston, standing by for your noun 67 when you get it, over. Roger that.
A report of two good drogues coming up now for main chutes. Standing by for confirmation of main chutes.
Visual contact, Clyde.
Odyssey Houston, we show you on the mains. It really looks great.
An extremely loud applause here in Mission Control.
They survived.
Extremely loud applause as
I'm sure you're all very
13 on
surprised.
main chutes comes through loud and clear on the television display here.
Well, they're finding new sounds.
A recovery helicopter has just put in a call to Apollo 13.
Nearly there.
Apollo 13, Apollo 13.
Oh, where's Pekka to ban him? When I need Pekka. Darn it.
We have a report from the Iwo Jima that Apollo 13, at a distance of 4 miles from the ship. The smoke you see is venting of RCS propellants, reaction control system propellants.
Under Apollo 13, this is recovery, and your chutes look good. Apollo 13, this is recovery. We observed your RCS burn, over.
You heard the conversation between the recovery helicopter and the crew of Apollo 13. The floor of the Mission Operations Control Room now crowded. And there are visible smiles on the faces of the flight controllers and astronauts in this room.
recovery. Apollo 13 is descending through 2,000 feet. Okay, all auxiliaries concur. Roger.
A report from the Iwo Jima that Apollo 13 is descending at a point 4 miles due south of the ship.
Pretty long way off, but considering everything, guess it's alright.
Recovery passing through 1,000 feet. Roger.
Into the clouds.
Through 500 feet. Showing one on station.
They have had a rough time in space.
Photo 1 observed right down at this time. One pickup parity.
That's actually the big problem I have, is that I don't have a way to give
Room as we had splashdown.
characters a rough time, or even rougher time in space, as far as using the games as video is concerned. Like, it's tough to simulate Apollo 13 correctly as well, but if we had a completely hypothetical situation, it's even harder to simulate that kind of thing. It's tough for us to create space drama, in other words, without like a another source of special effects, except for Turbo.
And the summary is extremely critical of the main shooting.
Built-in mission?
Splashed in stable 1. That's with the apex.
They have missions, but that's not. Yeah, it's underwhelming. I mean, built-in. I mean, we can have failures, but they're not. You don't really feel it. I guess is the way to say it.
Recovery is maneuvering to grapple the main chute. The two other chutes are still visible in the water.
You know, even if we had, you know, a failure mod like dang it or something, it just doesn't feel dire.
This is 401. I observed the flashing light atop the command module.
But I suppose I could come up with something as far as creativity is concerned. Oh, there's the coast.
Presently, the winds in the area from 270 magnetic, approximately 6 knots.
Oh, does MVB9 do that?
Recovery 1 will be will perform the pickup of the crew.
I can see the recovery beacon antenna atop the command module. This is photo 1, the mylar covering on the exterior of the command module has been removed in the area opposite the two-axis hatch. Recovery has one of the main chutes has deployed a rapid stone. We'll want to go down the country to the market. The command module is swells 3 to 5 feet from the east. Sea is approximately 1 to 2 feet.
You don't think you've ever seen the Cape in an SFS? Oh. Maybe I should do a tour first then. I'm just gonna be landing straight in this case. Well, it's getting a bit late, so I am just gonna land straight in this time. I'll have to wait till some other time for the tour. I've got a special mod for Flight Sim for the Cape though, so it's not stock.
Otherwise directed intent to commence a retrieval operation in 1 minute over. This is your Jimmer, roger. Left 1. Continue retrieval at main chute swim 2. You're cleared into ready position. Recovery is taking backup position on. This is Photo 1, presently unable to see the third main chute. Swim 1 is grappling the second main chute.
I don't know. I've never tried that Atlantis with the Star Clipper, so I would presume so. I don't know if you can see the little nav markers that they have around Cape Canaveral. You might be able to see Earth there and stars. I don't know why they have a Rossett, but they have an Earth nav marker and a stars nav marker.
To make connection with the second main chute.
I don't know what the smoke is coming from, but I don't know what added that. I've never seen that anywhere else. TerraBuilder, the source of the custom scenery, says it's not them, so.
We copied the report and see it visually, the uprighting bags inflated.
I don't know Atlantis, I don't know much about Star Clipper.
This Photo 1 estimates uprighting bags are approximately 1/3 inflated. I can see partial inflation on all 3 uprighting bags. Apollo 13, this is recovery. Roger 13, this is recovery. Would you confirm a successful RTS jump? That's affirmative. We had a successful jump. Roger, we were trying to follow you.
Requested by swimmers advised. For one, the first swimmer has been deployed. They signaled a thumbs up in the water in good condition. He is making his way to the command module.
Do we even have that close marker?
In place of the upright bags estimated to be 40%, 40%. The first swimmer is at the command module. He will commence the anchor attachment shortly. Apollo 13, this is recovery 1. Recovery 13 here. Yeah, Russia 13, this is recovery. Do you have a lap long and some engines to go Formula 1?
No, sir. We froze the display and was hoping you used to copy it. We didn't read it out over the air.
Right, recovery, roger out.
Can you give us our distance to the ship?
This is recovery. Your present distance to the ship, 1 mile bearing 3002 to the ship. Your splashdown point, 3 miles from Hiroshima.
Good, thank you.
This is 401. The sea anchor has been attached. Observe a thumbs up from the swimmer. And swim 2 is in recovery. You're clear to deploy 2 swimmers and the flotation collar, over. Swim 2, roger.
The sea anchor attached to a pad eye on the side of
13 knot crosswind right now.
This is 401. Swimmer is indicating thumbs up. Everything progressing satisfactorily.
this done to slow down the drift.
Holding nicely as oriented the command module in the customary manner. Swim 2 is moving in to deploy the flotation collar and 2 additional swimmers. Swim 1 has deployed a smoke in the area and is attempting to retrieve the accessories. Swim 1 has deployed a timer in the water. Swim 2 has deployed 2 swimmers. I see the thumbs up and the flotation collar is deployed. The uprighting bags are inflated approximately 90% this time. The swimmers are working the flotation collar into the command module. The flotation tower is at the command module. The bus sheet is being extracted and is being put around the command module.
The flotation collar will be pulled around the command module with a bungee cord.
One section of the bungee is being attached to the sea anchor attachment ring. It appears to be satisfactorily connected. The second section of the bungee is approximately 90% around the command module.
The flotation collar will be hooked to a bungee line by a line with rings on the flotation collar. and will be pulled around before it's inflated.
Tornado where? Oh, those, yeah. I've got to figure out how to get rid of those. They're breaking the mood. No idea what's done that.
The flotation tower is approximately 60% deployed around the command module.
Oh, the wind is basically gone now. Okay.
There is no apparent drift on the command module at this time.
Doesn't it seem like the runway is sort of not aligned exactly right? Feel like it's off to one side.
After the collar is secured, 2 7-man life rafts will be dropped with sea anchors attached to the bottom. This is done to keep the rafts from
Collar installation progressing normally.
Oopsie.
from turning over
Appears to be
from
completely around the
helicopter
command
backwash.
module. We are standing by for inflation.
Not that I have anywhere to go here. We have to get all the way to the end anyway. Anyway, you can always see the video, by the way, Sheeps, where I started the flight, and that's the one where I show the Saturn V launch from Cape Canaveral using TerraBuilder. That features the Cape quite well.
Presently normal, standing by for inflation. I observe flotation taking place at this time. Approximately 60% complete.
I made a clip of that, so you don't have to watch the stream. You can just watch that clip.
Tower appears complete at this time.
The Apollo module with all its floaty things.
Apollo 13 appears to be riding a little more comfortably this time. The pitch about the vertical axis is negligible.
If you say so, Atlantis.
Camera is installing. Securing steps.
I mean, it could have done whatever it wanted to since it didn't happen.
Fastening them to the tower bolts on the upper deck. Adjustments are made and he gives the signal for deployment of the egress raft. 1-2, this is recovery. You're cleared to deploy the egress raft upon completion. Take backup position. Recovery goes to ready position. 1-2, roger. Photo 1, further adjustments being made. Securing straps. Situation normal.
No, I'm gonna park over here. It's apparently not a shuttle around or anything. Oops, too close.
Room 2 has commenced its maneuvering to deploy the egress raft. Room 2 is in position. Crewmen are standing by at the hatch. The egress raft is in the water.
Let's see.
Approximately 10 feet from the command module.
If I set this to space shuttle time, Oh, there's a shuttle.
Two swimmers have the raft in hand and are swimming it to the command
Oh,
module.
there's a shuttle carrier plane. They're a little bit too close to each other, but there we go. Yeah, I feel like they're almost clipping into each other there. Maybe a little bit close. Alright, well, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Circumnavigation completed. And they have finished their mission as well.
The next step in our sequence is to open the
I'm
hatch.
gonna have to... Well, they're gonna open the hatch, but we're not gonna get to that part. Alright. So, yes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks next time.